Ed likes to give action as well. And you know what? Ed isn't in the game, is he? Ed actually left the game. Excuse me, George took his place in C3. Or, yeah. So this pot looks to be limped around.
I'm very familiar with Charlie. He's a pretty tight player. Actually, he's a very tight player.
Ace, Queen, 5 here. Looks like seat 8 has the ace. But seat 7 led there with second pair. He's got Queen, Deuce, and he's going to get raised by the ace in seat 8. And Ramsey's going to call. Queen, Deuce against ace 3. The turn is a king. And it goes check, check, and the river's a 9. And this one looks like it's just going to get checked out. Ramsey had his first losing night on Live at the Bike. He was 6 for 6, he said.
Really?
But I think it was in a 200 game.
Mm-hmm.
He lost. And he got up. He lost a couple of buy-ins. But overall, he's had some pretty good luck and good overall success. Kind of the opposite of Kenna James.
Oh, yeah,
who
poor
seems to
guy's
come
been
on
tortured.
this table and get creamed almost every time. And a lot of times he has the best hand and he gets sucked out on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the guy sometimes. Of course, Barry Woods gave him a pretty brutal beat a couple of weeks ago for one of the biggest pots in Live at the Bike history. Looks like we're going to see a couple of limpers here. And we're going to see 5-way action. So that's 5 times 5, $25 pot. Ace, Jack, Deuce here.
Patty took my card.
Check. Check. Bet 15.
Charlie's going to bet here. He's got a gut shot. Doesn't look like anyone else has a pair. Now Barry's got pocket 4s, and he's going to call in position. Or position of the better. He had a couple people behind him.
Right.
Still has the best hand. Turn is a 3. And Charlie checks. And now Barry is going to bet. And I like the bet there as opposed to checking the turn. So many times you might see somebody call with pocket 4s there. And I would assume you're calling because you think you might have the best hand, not to try to spike a 4. And when it got checked to him, he bet. Sometimes calling in position can be as good as a raise in No Limit Hold'em.
Can I get one or no? Oh, I'm going to eat first. I'm going to eat first. I just want to make sure.
Pocket kings there for Charlie in seat 8.
Raise, make it 45.
And he's going to raise here to $45.
What the pocket 5's just limped.
Yeah, pocket 5's limped from up front.
Oh,
Oh, and he's going to pull the limp re-raise, and I'm sure Charlie's not going to go anywhere because
wow.
both players don't have
You
a lot
say
of
he's
money.
6 for 6 on this show. Well, was 6
Yeah,
for 6
it's
on this
Ramsey.
show, huh?
Pocket kings against pocket 5s.
Nice flop.
Ace, deuce, king, and the 5s are need a 4
Ooh,
for a
4.
gut shot. Nope, doesn't come. 6 on the turn. Board was ace, deuce, king, 3, 6.
Right off the bat, I knew you had kings. When you made it 45, I'm like, kings.
You know my bet 45 is pocket king, huh?
Knew it. I told him. I was like, kings.
And
No question.
Charlie's gonna looks like he's gonna double through.
When you saw that flop, you started reaching for your cards. Oh, you got kings.
Yeah, but it couldn't be.
It looks like Ramsey, or it looks like Charlie just about had Ramsey covered. Ramsey's going to get a little bit of change.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie takes it down there. Well, of course, if you go below $250 in this game, you can bring your stack up to $750.
You can?
Yeah, which is, or excuse me, you can
You
bring
sure?
it up, bring it up to $500.
Okay.
excuse me.
Yeah, there you go.
No idea. But I was
Under half, you can bring it up to 500 in this game. In the smaller games, you can actually bring it up
Bring
more,
it, yeah, full bind.
more than
The original.
the original bind.
Alright, guys, check anything you want.
Yeah, I wish it was like that.
And then there's always some discussion as to, I've seen them run the cards multiple times on this table. I don't know what the rule is because I've heard different things. I think the rule is you're not supposed to, but if no one objects, it's just something that's done. So we might see the cards
I'm
get
not sure what the rule is.
run multiple times. Button's going to come in here for a raise with ace 4 of diamonds. And seat 6 is going to re-raise here. 7-10 of clubs. He's coming over the top. Makes it 95 to go. And Ramsey has ace deuce.
40.
And he is all in for the rest of his money for about $40. And I'm surprised James is making the call here. He was kind of raising on a steal. He does actually have the best hand, but chances are an ace is not going to hit because Ramsey holds one. And we're going to be heads up on the side between seat 5 and seat 6. King, deuce, 6. Flush draw for Brendan. And Brendan's going to move all in.
300 behind.
And he's going to fold. But ace deuce is good right now. Turns a 7. That gives him the best hand. And the river's a 4 and 7-10 of clubs, which he is going to have to turn over and show everyone. Is going to take it down. And of course, we are playing 300 to 500 no limit hold'em tonight. I apologize if we came in a little bit late. The blinds for this game are 5 and 5.
The yellow chips there are $5.
Yep. We have Robert in seat 1, Al in seat 2, George in seat 3, Michael in seat 4, James in seat 5, Brendan in seat 6, Ramsey there in 7, Charlie in 8, and Barry Woods in seat 9.
This is some of the food that you get at the bike.
This one time I was watching with my buddy.
Get 40.
And seat number 5 is going to make it 40 to go here. He's got ace-jack offsuit, and he's going to take it down.
Seconds later, I do a Zoom shot, and then they start talking about the food, and how good it is in the area. And so we just burst out laughing. Man, it's like, you're watching poker.
That's kind of sad, though. You know, when you're just like, you're watching the poker and you go, oh, he's eating.
James there. I'm not really familiar with James.
No, me neither.
Just takes you a split second chicken.
Yeah, we're going to take a chip count. This was from the beginning of the show, I think about
Then you know you're
5 minutes ago. Al has pretty much got the table covered there with 980. Barry's got 750 there, and the rest of the people are chucking along there in the mid hundreds.
I really want to see that freaking.
About $3,000 to $4,000 on the table. Again, this is my favorite game. This is a game you will see me playing after work on Friday when I don't have to come in on the weekends. After the show on Friday, I will
After
play
you
this
work
game.
8 hours, you going to sit down in
I
this
need
game?
to play some live no limit.
35 and turned into a 500.
Queen 9-7 here on the flop. I believe it was limped around.
Paul Darn. Ron Rose, Paul Darn, Paul.
Ramsey's going to bet here with Jack 9. And Barry makes the call. He's got, looks like a gut shot there. Chasing it there with 2 spades on board. Turns a deuce. Let's see if Ramsey bets. Oh, he's going to check behind him. Now, he's going to induce a bluff here. Barry makes a bluff here on the river. Let's see
He
if how
could
much
take
it's
this
going
down,
to be.
yeah.
He's going to bet 60.
I was like, doing good all of a sudden now in the short stack.
He's betting about the size of the pot, I want to say.
I was like, oh, don't worry, you'll be.
There isn't a lot that Ramsey can beat here unless it's a busted draw, which is what Barry
Right.
has.
Which would kind of make sense, the way that Barry played it.
And Ramsey
Ramsey
is going
does
to
make
make
the
the
call.
call.
John Pham, I played against him. When I played him, I had second
And Ramsey's going to take it down there with 9s.
I knew he was on a draw. And then
Yeah, I guess it's an issue there for Barry. I don't know. I mean, I think he bet the size of the pot. So I don't think
Well, it was a
really
nice
much-
effort, but
Yeah, I don't think really
the way
much
that it
to
played
do.
out, it seemed like he was on the flush draw. If there weren't 2 spades out there, then he might have got away with that. even though he didn't even have the spade draw, but that's probably what Ramsey thought.
Right.
A lot of time people convince themselves, for a reason to call.
Shirley is like, oh my god, I can't believe you got stuck on the table.
But if I think he's on a spade draw
Because nothing happened.
and I have Jack 9, I still might bet the turn.
Right.
It's interesting that Ramsey checked behind him on the turn.
Yeah, actually, the turn and the way that Ramsey played the turn in the river wasn't consistent. Because he kind of questioned his second pair, but then on the river he called, probably putting them on a draw.
7-way action here, limped around, $35 pot, ace 6-5, couple of hearts.
Bet 25.
And Michael is going to bet 25 with the ace jack. Brendan's going to call with the nut flush draw. King 10 against ace jack here.
3 player.
And C3 is going to call. George, maybe he's going to represent hearts. Turn is a 3.
Check.
George checks. Now Michael's probably really going to push here. Or he should really push. Looks like he's betting 80, 75 or 80. Oh, it's 100. Okay. Betting under the size of the pot, though. And Brendan's going to lay down the flush draw. And George is now, he's got the straight draw.
Yeah, well, he has a double.
Double gutter, yeah. He's picked up a double gut. A 4 or an 8. Now the problem is one of the sides of the double gutter is going to bring a 4-liner to a straight. Pretty obvious. I'd assume that he probably wanted to hit the 8. And he's going to muck it there, and Michael's going to take it down. Interesting that Kev Math on 2+2 asked, was there any news about Big Nut Mike after the show? Well, I don't know if this happened, but Big Mike, right at the end of the show, challenged Harold, who was in seat 9, to 25-50 heads-up limit play.
Seat 1, wasn't it?
Or,
it was the older gentleman in
seat 1.
with white hair. Uh-huh.
Right. 25-50 heads-up limit play. I don't know if that actually happened. I had to leave, but I thought it was interesting.
Big Mike played crazy last night, but I really think that he had a grasp on the game. Like I said last night, he was rarely, if ever, making bad calls on the river, and I think he was messing around. And the player in seat 1, Harold, played so weak that I think that if they did have the heads-up match, Big Mike would kind of probably kick the pants off him.
I wasn't going to call.
Barry's going to raise here to 20 on the button.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if that happened.
And Barry's going to take it down there. Steal the blinds. Yeah, it would be. It seemed when I was walking away that Harold at first accepted the challenge and then was a little bit hesitant. When Mike was actually going to do it. So I don't know if it happened or not. But apparently, the two were talking, trash to each other. I don't know who initiated it. The way the night went out, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Harold who initiated it.
30.
That's why I want you on C1, Ramsey.
That's why you wanted me there.
Yeah.
Ramsey's going to raise here. A little suited connector, 4-3 of spades.
Oh, look, you got a hand.
Makes it 30 to go.
If he's gonna
And C1's going to call with a Jack 10 offsuit in position. Looks like he has the button.
I don't know, he's hot.
So we are heads up. 4-3 against Jack 10. And if Ramsey bets here, and he's going to move all in,
He cooled down. Yeah, we roll the bluff.
and he's going to take it down. And he shows the bluff. 3-4 spades.
For you.
I must read your book.
I never pull up, huh?
Only when you do, right?
Well, Ramsey
Unless you bluff.
likes to bet his good hands and his bad hands.
What happened to that one phrase? It's not the seat, it's the meat in the seat?
I never said the ass in the seat.
Yeah, God. Doesn't even follow his own
How
stuff.
close that mic is still now.
We're getting word that Harold was irritating some of the other players at the table throughout the night.
Tonight anyway.
Of course, he was the gentleman that called seat 9
Pregnant.
pregnant last night. when she wasn't, which is probably one of the worst things I think you could tell a woman.
Yes, I think so.
Right?
Treat me like I'm the devil. I'm not the devil. I'm gonna let them chop. This is how nice I am.
Am I
We all
right
agree.
about that?
Yes,
That and
you
the
are.
C word?
Yes.
That's not, and
Those are probably
not
top
coward,
two.
the
Yeah,
other
those
C
are
word.
probably
Yeah.
the top two.
25 when I got a deuce.
But you can call them a coward. They'll just brush it off.
Yes.
When I fought the full house. Only when I have the nuts.
George is a common staple here at the bike in these no-limit games. 3 to 5, 500. He likes to mix his game up. He's a player I don't necessarily want to get involved with because he's kind of similar to Mo. I don't know if you're going to really make
He has
money.
a pretty good grasp of
Yeah,
this
you're
game.
not going to really make a lot of money off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to call with inferior hands.
Now I don't know what you have.
And Charlie there is going to raise to 25. And you said that Charlie's pretty tight.
Yes.
He's got ace-jack off suit. C5's got an ace-king, and he's going to make the call.
I always think about when
And we've got ace-king and ace-5. So we've got 3 aces there. And the case ace comes on board. Ace-queen-jack. And James immediately moves all in from early position. Remember, Charlie was the
He needs
raiser.
some
and
help here.
He's got top and bottom, so he's in good shape.
5.
Well, I've been here for a while.
It's a $140 bet here. The
Now
pot-
Ramsey picked up his cards. Do you think
Yeah, well, Ramsey's...
Charlie saw it?
I don't know. Well, Ramsey's going to muck the weak ace. Now, the guy moves immediately all in here for 140. The pot was about 100. And Charlie has 2 pair, top and bottom. And for this type of money, I'd be really surprised to see him lay it down. I mean, the pot's about 240. It's 140 for him to call.
It's 5-5.
And he's going to...
It's a 5-5, right?
Oh, actually, he puts the rest of the money.
Yeah,
I
because
thought
there's
that-
some white chips
Yeah,
there.
I thought James was all in. No, he only bet 200. So ace-jack
Oh.
raises, and there's the straight on the turn. Ace-king makes a straight. He had top pair and a gut shot. He makes a straight, and Charlie is almost going to go bust here, depending on how much James had. James had bet, it looked like maybe 150 on the flop. Charlie came over the top all in, and James quickly called with the ace-king. And now, again, it's the nature of this game, Charlie, with the restricted buy-in. I mean, James moves, he bets 150, and the guy moves all in for maybe another 250, and now the pot's like 500 bucks. But if I bet right in there to that flop with ace-king, and a guy comes over the top of me, probably ace-king's not going to be good.
Right.
Because you're probably up against a minimum of 2 pair.
But you can't really fault him for calling, though, neither. You know? Don't you agree?
Well, yeah, because of the type of money that's involved.
The money that's involved, he only had $200 left.
Right,
And
right.
he knows that if someone does have a better hand, I mean, if someone has a straight, then he's drawn pretty slim. But if someone has 2 pair, then, you know, he still has a pretty good shot.
Yep.
yours like 4 knocks. Who's gonna get it out of there?
Who's Fort Knox?
No, 5.
I'm raising.
It's 5.
Ramsey's going to come in for a raise here.
45.
$45. It's a big raise.
I was
That's
just
9
gonna say,
times the big blind.
When
He's
you
got
normally
king
play
jack.
it, do people play like, I mean, the raises are usually about 25 when I'm in, 30.
And now the button is going to call with pocket tens.
So fuzzy right there.
And there are a couple different ways to play that. 'Cause sometimes Ramsey's raise there screams that he's got a lower pair than tens. But he has overcards. Deuce, queen, 4, a couple of spades. Ramsey's going to check.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, and tens checks right behind him. Turns a 4. Ramsey checks again. And the tens check again. Wow, I think I would have fired there on the
Yeah, I
turn.
would think so.
And he checks for a
And check again.
third time, and tens just checks it down and takes it down. I mean, you can't be scared that the guy's trapping you with queens if he checks twice, right? I guess if he was really tricking you.
Yeah,
'cause
I
he-
mean, I would put in a bet somewhere in
Yeah.
there. You know, either on the flop or on the turn. I don't really mind just flat calling on the flop because, you know, I mean, if ace or king comes on the flop,
You mean pre-flop?
pre-flop,
Yeah.
you know, it's easy to get away from. If a 10 flops, it would be difficult for someone to put him on a set. like you said, I mean, there are a lot of different ways that you could play that hand, but the way that he played it, I mean, he should have put some kind of bet in there.
Now Ramsey's picked up ace queen, and he's in the big blind.
First hand you're in, huh?
And George is going to bring this one in for a raise. 40. Again, big raises. He's got 6-4 of diamonds. Small blind has pocket fives. And he's going to make the call. And Ramsey calls. Seat 1 has limped in. Let's see if he calls. He's got 7-9 of hearts. And he's going to make the call. So we got a $160 pot. 4 times 40. And here we go. George is the original raiser. Queen 5-3. Roberts picked a flush draw up. And Ramsey picks up ace-queen, but Brendan picks up a set, and he moves immediately all in. Looks like for maybe 350 or so. 350. Now, Ramsey, he's got ace-queen. And there's 2 people behind him. The pot now is 460. It's 300 for Ramsey to call. And he's going to make the call for a little less, probably 250. Now Robert's on a flush draw. Now the pot is about $800.
And he only has $200 there.
It's $350 to call. Yeah, he could. Oh, he's going to muck the flush draw. And obviously, well, George
has an open-end straight draw.
Open-end straight draw. Is he going to gamble with it? And the flush draw's out of there, so even if he hit his straight cards, they would be good if it was a heart. Of course, Brendan has redraws to the full house.
No, he's only got 310.
310.
And Ramsey actually had 300, so the pot is now about 800. 300 to call. So George is getting about 2.5 to 1, and he's a little well, no, he's gonna.
I'm not sure. I count as
335.
I think he's pretty much all in. We've got an $1,100 pot here. The turn's a 9, and the river is a queen, and Brendan takes it all with the full house. Ramsey makes trip queens. River laughing at him at the end of the hand.
Yes.
And he picks up about an $1,100 to $1,200 pot right there.
335.
He bets immediately into the set, and he gets paid off in a big way. And a lot of people would have called there with 7-9 of hearts from seat 1 as well.
I mean, maybe he was thinking that the 9 high wouldn't be good if the hearts got there. That would explain a laydown in that spot.
Didn't
But
wanna
I
gamble it
probably
up.
would have called. I mean, if I'm playing 9-7 of hearts, getting that price, I think he only had $200 in front of him. I probably would have called.
Put you guys on hearts. I got a call. It was a good call. After hearing him,
It's not an easy call, 2 people go in front, all in front of you.
I thought George said, I put you guys on hearts, I have to call. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, though, because that diminishes his outs. And I don't know if he said that or I thought that's what he said. Maybe he was just talking about seat 1. I mean, if I see people on a heart draw there, I'm going to muck that straight draw immediately because now I only have 6 outs.
Right.
I need to make this back up to 5. If you didn't open your mouth, I would have mugged.
And George picked up a little suited connector, and he raises it up to 40.
Just spared the damn board.
Yeah.
400 behind 3.
I actually put you on a set, but I didn't really care.
Oh yeah, because you're still getting the right call. You're getting the right call once he calls.
That's 6-4.
Give me 50 cent profit.
So again, for to George to chase that straight, he was getting the right odds. The only problem is that if somebody's on the heart draw, now you're really not. So it's I guess it's a toss up there. He had 8 outs with 2 cards to come. He definitely was getting at least 3 to 1 from the pot.
It's different call.
I was about to say, how's she doing? And you have hard to.
Well, maybe I can make a pair. I'm worried about the flush.
So that's your
It's like Ramsey's having a margarita over there. Couple.
Yeah, two of
margaritas.
them there.
Yeah.
Slim now. Maybe they have a regional.
hand. That's your.
Yeah, with that flop, you figure someone's going to set. I put one of them
Four-way action here.
on the other hand on ace queen.
Deuce 10 deuce on the flop.
Check.
No one really has anything here.
Just got it out.
And it's going to get checked around. Barry picks up a pair now.
Bet 30.
Well, Charlie's got an open-ended straight draw, and he bets. And now when Barry calls instead of raising, I know that he does not have a deuce. And even if I miss here on the river, I think that I can push him off the hand. Now, the river's a 10. And I think that that would have been a perfect time. Well, maybe he thought the guy had a 10, but you might try to put out a bluff there on the river there. And obviously, if you get raised, you know you're no good, Shirley. I mean, I know it's a tough board to bet out into, but if I bet there with Queen Jack and then Barry just flat calls, I think you can put him on a 10 or a 9 or possibly even a club draw. The club doesn't come on the river.
Fire out one more time.
Yeah, and you got to bet an amount to get the guy off the hand as well. Because again, in this game, a lot of people sandbag trips right away.
Hairs, man.
Now, normally, if someone's sitting at the table with yourself, me, or David, that play isn't necessarily going to work because we will normally bet out on our trips. But don't be sure about that if you see me at the table.
They're all going to come and use it against you, Bart.
Five players.
Five-way action here, limped around. Queen 6 Jack.
Bet 30.
And Barry's going to bet out here with a Jack. Bets 30 from early position. And he's going to take it down.
You make your odds even more.
Well, no, but I got to put someone.
I think that the way that this lineup is on this table, if you are pretty aggressive, you could take down a lot of small pots. There's a bit of a passive tendency.
Yeah, I was
Some of these
noticing that
players.
it's either a limped pot or a huge, re-raise. I mean,
Yeah.
huge raise pre-flop. It's either limp for 5 or a raise to 40. There's no in between there.
That's what I told you. You're going to be surprised. Every now and then I play shitty hands like that. I know. I raised.
Well, that's the thing about George, and that's why I respect his game. He's almost like similar to Mo in the fact that, he knows where he's at, but he'll bring, he doesn't necessarily have to play ABC, but he knows exactly where he's at. So,
Difficult to put him on a hand.
and if you try to play a pot with him, you're not going to get paid off with him calling with an inferior hand.
I think that wasn't. But by just a little bit. I don't think it was a bad call.
And they keep talking about that hand, Shirley, with the straight draw. And,
Raise me 60.
the other thing he said, he put somebody on a set. Well, I would think that would give you less reason to call with a straight draw if you think
Why?
someone has a set right away.
How much is that?
Because your odds are decreased.
Well, not decreased in getting there, but decreased in winning the pot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if the board, you might get your straight and then the
Right.
board pairs.
Ramsey has raised here with ace-king. Made it 60 to go. Again, we're playing with $5 blinds. I mean, he commits about
I'm not going to second guess that.
30% of his stack there.
Yeah.
That raise.
It's just outrageous.
Really?
If I double up right there, I'm good. Triple up.
Not a lot of players are that honest.
Small blind.
But again, I don't go so far as to criticize George's play because normally, he's a solid player. He's probably one of the most solid players on the table.
Criticize his straight draw call. I don't.
Well,
I don't think it was bad.
I'll use that word. I think it might have been questionable.
Questionable only from the fact because of what he's saying. Because he was getting the right price on the draw.
Yeah.
But
Questionable
if
from
he
what he's
thinks that
saying.
someone put a flush draw, right,
Or a set.
yeah,
Yeah.
that might not be.
Thank you, thank you.
But then again, he could just be posturing and just be saying that
He could
anyways.
just be talking. I mean, do
Right.
we really listen to what they have
Where's
to
the
say?
blind?
I mean, do we believe everything people say?
Okay, you can go all in.
7-way action here. 9-5 deuce.
Affordable.
Bet 20.
He's raising.
Raise to 140.
What the
He just
heck?
went to boardwalk.
And Barry, there's a bet there by seat 7, Ramsey, with
And he's
top
he's
pair. No,
raising
he's going to
one-
raise it
uh-huh.
to 140. Action Barry.
Straight to fold.
He doesn't even have a straight draw. Oh, he's got a gut shot. Excuse or
He doesn't have a draw, does he?
yeah, he's
a runner,
he
runner
catches
draw?
6, right? No,
No.
I wouldn't even give him a straight yet. Yeah, he's making a stone cold bluff there.
Show us the bluff. Show us the bluff.
You're right. He's missing those middle cards for the straight,
Uh-huh.
My favorite yen.
and I think he showed the bluff.
He did.
A lot of people have speculated that Barry has some great reading instincts, so maybe in that case
I mean,
he
can you
uses it.
actually read 5 players at one time, knowing exactly what they have, when only one person's acted in front of you?
We've seen him make some big calls on the show before, and normally he was right.
Well, that's against one person, I would imagine.
No, I know, but you know, we go out. Dave and I have gone out there and asked him, you know, what were you thinking? And he just says that he plays by instinct a lot, and you know, if Ramsey bets there, maybe he thinks that to a big raise he's not going to be able to call. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but what about the other
I know
people
the people
behind?
people
Yeah.
behind him. Yeah,
He might have made a great read on Ramsey, which,
Right.
you know,
Mario had kings.
It's obviously one of
but
the
what about the other guys?
advantages to being in late position.
Right.
Yeah.
Call.
And Barry is going to raise here, or excuse
He
me,
called.
seat number 5 was the raiser here, with King Queen suited, and we're going to see a few callers. Again, a $40 raise.
Mm-hmm.
Got 4 players in the pot, $160. He hits top pair, and some other people have pairs here. And James is going to continue to bet.
Bet 100.
Bets 100. Robert has a flush draw and a pair in seat 1. Gary's going to muck the 5. Let's see what he does. He's going to move all in. Doesn't look like much more than 200. And
No.
seat 5 immediately calls, and there's
There's
the
the diamond.
flush. There's the flush, and Robert's going to take it down. Pretty big hand there, 8-9 of diamonds.
I had a little pair with flush draw.
We want to encourage everyone to drink Pepsi.
What the heck? What's that for?
Hopping on the bike.
Where did that come from?
Pepsi. One of our banner sponsors.
Dangerous man.
Oh. Regular.
Oh, look at you. You want to fight me off.
Raise. Make it 30.
Seat 1 after winning that pretty big pot. He's going to raise to 30. Ace 10. George is going to call here with Jack 8 of spades on the button.
4 players.
And we're going to see a flop. $120 pot, $30 times 4. Deuce 6, 8. Now let's see if seat 1 bets. Oh, no, he's not going to bet. I was going to say, what is George going to do with the Jack 8? But it gets checked to him, and I'm sure he's going to bet now.
Bet 120.
He's going to bet 120. I was wondering what George was going to do, obviously, if Robert had bet there, because with Jack 8 of spades, I mean, that flop, I would almost say sometimes it's a trouble flop. You don't exactly know what to do. 8-6 deuce, a couple of people.
Yeah, you're not really looking to
Yeah,
hit one pair, but
Right.
in this case it was good.
Yeah. Well, it got checked to him. Obviously, you're going to bet that.
Yeah.
I even had something to finish straight on play.
Thank you, sir.
You know, it's funny. I could never drink soda when I was a kid. couldn't handle the bubbles. I don't know why. Of course, college changed that when I was
Beer.
introduced to beer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But still, I still can't drink cola because I think it's somewhat an acquired taste. Like, to me, it's just, the taste itself is just something I can't handle.
What do you mean, cola? Soda.
What do I mean?
Is it?
Cola.
Well, you just,
With these cards,
you drink Pepsi, right?
I need a few.
I'm
Cola.
saying everyone should drink Pepsi. Not necessarily saying I drink Pepsi.
Oh,
Be drunk.
I'm just lost.
I can't drink cola.
Okay.
I don't like the taste of cola. But I know that Pepsi is the best cola. We got a raise there by seat 1 with Queen Jack offsuit. And the button has called with Ace 6 of spades. We got 4-way action. Deuce, 3, 5, couple of diamonds. Charlie's hit top pair in seat 8. Again, though, do you know where you're at? And he does not have the best hand. Barry has an overpair. But he's going to move all in.
Move all in.
And let's see if Barry raises. I think calling might be the worst play here.
I
But
think
he's going
that's
to
what
make
he's
the call.
going to do.
He
is
calls.
Call.
Well, he did have the guy behind him that it raised, so maybe he's trying to figure out what they're going to do. The original raiser was behind him, and he quickly mucks. Now Michael has a straight draw. And in this case, overcards, but if the 6 came, it wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't?
No, because Barry has pocket 7s.
Right.
Michael mucks.
I swear I don't know where my brain is right now.
Turn is a king, and the river is an ace. And 7s is going to be good there. And Barry takes it down. I think that's got to be one of the toughest spots in poker right there. Playing a mid-pocket pair, which is an overpair to the board, a guy in early possession bets into you, and you've got the original pre-flop raiser to your left.
Behind you.
A lot of times I just fold and get out of the way, because I really don't know
Yeah, that
where
wouldn't
I'm
be
at.
bad neither. But
Yeah.
I don't. You said that calling was one of the worst plays. I don't really mind that.
Oh.
I mean, what if the person goes all in behind you? Or,
Well, that's what I said. Maybe he was trying to figure
He's-
out what the guy in seat 1 was going to do.
See what happens back there.
Oh man, why you leaving at 7?
I got a game.
You got a game right now.
Okay.
Huh?
Onion.
You got a game right now. It's better than football.
I know, but I can't let my
George has got pocket 7s. And he's going to raise it up. He's going to make it 35 to
You
go.
on the internet right now?
And he's going to take it down. No one really wants to get involved with him.
Not your football.
Thank you very much.
What is that?
This flag.
It's like a Hello Kitty doll.
What's that? In Rancho?
Whose is it?
Is
Is
that
the question.
turd man?
It's Al's.
My house.
Why, do you
man.
look like a turd?
What time's your game? 8.
Oh man, have you watched that show on Discovery called I think it's called The World's Worst Jobs? Or
No.
oh,
10 to the 10.
there's this thing about these sewage treatment guys that have to work around this muck 24/7. Oh, just couldn't pay me enough to do that job. It's just a show about some of the, dingiest, dirtiest jobs that you can have.
And I just want to say that between Kenneth and you, by far some of the best players I've ever seen.
And George, this time he's going to pick up pocket jacks and he raises.
But if they know you as players, you're constantly doing that, so that's the problem.
Makes it 30 to go. Now Barry's got
55. No, 50.
50.
oh, it's a $50 raise.
40 more. 45 more.
And Barry's going to call here with ace 5 suited. Kind of a tough hand to play out of position, Shirley.
Two players.
Again, these types of hands, you probably win a small pot, but well, let's see what he hits an ace. Let's see what he does. Gonna check. It's about a $120 pot. George bets. Looks
55.
like 55.
Screams of weakness.
And Barry calls. Well, again, I would love to have Barry in there with ace-5 when I have ace-king with this type of flop, but you wonder how much heat he could take. The turn is a 7. Barry checks.
150.
And now George bets. He's going to bet 150. Again, it kind of puts Barry in a tough spot. He's fired twice. He put what looked to be a weak bet on the flop, and now he's come out and he's bet pretty big here on the turn. What do you usually do here? Would you have been out pre-flop?
I think I would have been out pre-flop just
Yeah.
because of the fact that I wouldn't think I would get George's chips. Now, in this
Yeah.
case, George is sticking his chips in there, and if Barry calls, he's going to actually win some of George's chips. But
And he makes the call, but I'm sure you're not going to get any more of George's chips. Unless George thinks that he can bet him off the hand, but at this point you got to think the guy has at least an ace. It wasn't really a big draw on the flop. And the river is a 4. Yeah, ace-5 is going to be good here.
It's good.
Yep. That's a tough call there for Barry to make on the turn, but again, we call him Mr. Instinct. He makes the right call.
You knew though. You saw my last bad play. I had to figure that, figure that's what I'm going to be playing.
Huh? Oh no! Once you smooth call and you don't raise on the turn.
That was a good call.
Barry takes it down.
What do I need to do? If I go all in, he's going to force the middle.
We'll hear about that later on.
Wow, I tell you what, man. That gave me absolutely no respect on that. Huh?
Everybody plays 4-6. Come on. I'm going to fold.
7-3. Isn't that what you had that time?
We had ace-5.
Pair bases.
Get a limp there from George.
I had a big pair.
Option bet.
Oh, let him live. For now.
8 players.
Family pot, 8 ways. A lot of people sharing the same hand here. Flop comes 6-7 jack, couple of clubs.
George.
Brendan in seat 6 has the best hand with jack 10. And he checks it. Wow. Gets checked around.
How about 9?
Turn is a 9. Now that's going to give some people straight draws. Michael's got 7-8 over there. And George is going to try to steal it.
I think you'll like the next card.
That's $50 with king 3. Interesting that Brendan checked the flop there in position.
No one calls me down now. I give up. I'm refighting.
Raise it.
And now he's going to raise with the jack 10.
Time players. Don't throw away your cards yet.
It's a $50 pot there, or bet.
Do you understand?
And he's going to raise it and make it 150 straight, so 100 more. And George is on Stone Cold Bluff, so jack 10's going to take it down. There you go.
Thanks, Mark.
Look at that guy's part in his hair. It's interesting.
I was
huh?
noticing
It's like
that.
Like the
like
Mississippi
a river.
River. Yeah.
That's scary. We're on the same wavelength.
And it looks like it's like a gulf. It parts and then it goes into a gulf towards the back of his head.
20.
Chips.
Chips, lead. C3.
Get
I'm
a
not going to be able to stop staring at the top of his head now.
raise there by seat 8. And a call by Barry with 7-8 off suit. Charlie's got an open-ended straight draw. Or, yeah. And actually it's Robert that called, excuse me.
50.
Robert has a pair, but he's not going to take that heat, and he folds. See, the other thing, too, is that I never understood about colas because I don't drink them.
like the big orange?
Obviously, like Pepsi and Coke have different flavors, right? Versus generic cola as well, which is a different flavor.
Well,
Versus
it's not necessarily a different flavor. They just have a little different taste. It's when,
Well.
yeah. Well, they're both cola. It's not like 7-Up and Sprite and 7-Up, Sprite, Sierra Mist. They all kind of have the lemon lime flavor.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Coke has
Yeah.
like a cola flavor, but it's one is more. Yeah, one's more sweet than the other.
Got a raise there by Ramsey.
2 players.
And a call by seat 5. Jack 10 of spades against 9-10 offsuit. Ramsey's the raiser with Jack 10, and he's going to continue to bet, and he's going to take it down. Now, what about Moxie?
I've never heard
Is
of
that
that.
cola?
I've never heard of it. I'm a soda freak,
Really?
but I've never heard of that. Yeah.
Really?
I don't drink coffee.
Maybe that's an
I
East
drink.
Coast thing.
Yeah,
Moxie?
I don't drink coffee. I mean, I wake up and that's what I have for breakfast.
Soda.
I usually have make me a little bit of scrambled eggs or a half a bagel and it.
Pepsi
And
and
a Pepsi.
scrambled
There you
eggs.
go.
Breakfast of champions.
There you go. I'm bad like that.
Hey, I eat anything.
but I
in the
don't drink
morning.
coffee. So.
I used to always rag on my friends because breakfast food is whatever. Breakfast food, I can have anything in the morning. I'll eat,
Chicken.
leftover macaroni and cheese in the morning or, fish.
Oh, yuck. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm not really a big fish eater anyways, but waking up and having it, yuck.
Got a raise there by Robert in seat 1 with 7-4 offsuit. Probably just trying to take down the limpers. And he's going to get several callers.
4 players.
4-way action here. Wow, 9-4 deuce. Brendan's flopped another set. And James has top pair in seat 5. Now, this isn't a very connected board. And he's going to bet 200 with 9-10. And Brendan quickly moves over the top all in with the set.
He's not messing
Does
around.
not
I mean,
slow play.
he is not slow playing. He's getting paid off.
And he's going to move all in. And seat 1, the original raiser, he's still in the hand with 7-4. Can't imagine he's going to call. Yeah, Brendan sticks his chips in with the goods, it looks like. There isn't a lot that 10-9 can beat here. It was a $200 bet on the flop. So the pot now would be about $700, and he's got 200 left, and he mucks.
Oh, really?
There you go.
That's one thing that I've learned about No Limit is not sticking in those huge bets. You want to make a pot size bet or a little less on a pot size bet. Something that can get the same information. I think you could have got the same information by $150. You save yourself $50. And
Right. And then you also have to identify the players that really only move all in with monster hands.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if Brendan's one of these guys. I don't think that Brendan makes that move with ace-9. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there are some players that will only move all in with a super premium hand. And obviously you're going to know that one pair is not good.
Options. Go ahead. 7 players.
That's all I want for now.
Harry,
Yes, sir.
check your bet.
Check or bet.
Pot looks like it's going to be limped around here, and the flop comes queen, 6-3. Again, we have a family pot. Very loose passive game. Got checked around. The turn is a 3, and now Ramsey's picked up trips.
Ramsey's they're seat 7.
And Ramsey did
Checked
not
around.
bet. Wow, the river is a 10.
15.
And now Michael is going to bet 15, and Ramsey looks like now he's going to raise.
65.
He makes it 65 total. So the early position guy came out betting, and Ramsey raised him, and Ramsey's going to take it down.
Thank you, Ramsey.
There's some Pepsi. There you go.
Orange cap. There must be some kind
30.
of contest going on. It's usually yellow, since you're not familiar with cola.
What's that?
The cap.
Oh.
Two players.
Two-way heads-up action here. Ace 10 against Queen 10. King 5-3. Turn is a jack. Check, check here again. And the river is a 3, and it looks like ace high is good here.
Show it, Rosie.
That's a high.
Ace high is good. Now, I want to mention Crystal Pepsi, and the reason why I'm mentioning this is a very, very roundabout way how I'm getting to Crystal Pepsi, which was a drink of the 80s. I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm on Sunday, the season premiere, and Richard Lewis was on the show, which got me thinking of that juice drink, Boku, that he used to drink out of the box without a straw. And I did a little search and found some 80s beverages websites. And
Remember Aspen?
one of the sodas they were talking about that was old school 80s was Crystal Pepsi. And I don't obviously I have no clue what that is.
I don't remember that,
either,
yeah.
But
It's funny because I was just thinking about Aspen, which was an apple soda.
Oh,
It was
really?
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know if that was in the early 80s. Might have been.
raise here by ace king to 30. George is going to call pocket fours, and seat number 6, Brendan, the guy who puts his
He's
chips
on
in with
fire.
the best hand, he's got aces. And he's going to re-raise. He makes it 100 more. And let's see what kind of stack Robert has over there in seat 1. Well, he's got maybe 300 or 400 in front of him. So a raise, a call, and a re-raise to 100 more for Brendan.
This player moved all in.
Uh-oh, and Ace King's going to move all in. And he's in big trouble. And this is going to be a $600 or $700 pot. And Brendan, unless he gets a really bad beat, is going to continue to increase that chip stack. Nothing like getting moved all in when you have aces.
Ace king.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is what happened to me yesterday.
Here we go to the flop. And
Not
Robert
looking
would be
good.
running kings here. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Brendan takes it down, and I think Robert said, I got to go.
Yep.
You don't remember Boku?
No.
The adult juice box?
No.
No?
I thought the first drink in a box was Yahoo.
No, there were juice boxes before that, but Richard Lewis used to be the spokesperson for the adult juice box, Boku.
Seat open.
Well, I know that I'll never play you and Isaac in Trivial Pursuit.
I used to have trouble with the Capri Sun juice pouches. I used to stick the straw all the way through it, spill all over my shirt in elementary school. Big stain.
Option. 4 players.
4-way action here. Looks like it was limped around. Wow, nice flop for George. He's got top pair and a flush draw. King, queen, 4, a couple of hearts.
25.
And he bets 25.
Ramsey.
Ooh, and Brendan makes a loose call there with ace 4.
Thank you. 2 players.
We are heads up. Turns a 3.
75.
And he's going to bet 75 here. Brendan's probably done with the hand. Well, if both players are deep enough, perhaps Brendan thought that if he could hit his ace or his 4, he could win a lot of money there.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's got his cards.
was not to be there on the turn.
He'll be able to figure it out.
No, I was just like,
But some people do.
And the river was actually an ace. That would have been a really bad beat there for George.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was the ace of hearts either.
that's the only reason why I asked. Like,
Yeah, I know.
So Buttons moving over to seat 7.
You got me. You got me.
So lick it off. Usually even do.
You know what? I'm gonna make you wait one more.
Stop playing with yourself.
Couple of limpers. Of course, join us tomorrow night for our whale night,
I need a new neighbor.
sponsored by Poker Blue. It's our big game. Ace, ace, king here on the flop.
On the next hand, I just.
No one really has much of
Just for
anything.
that, I should just live snap it. Just for that.
What the hell?
It will most likely, again, be a $5,100 no-limit game. And actually, C-Date has an ace. We don't have it up there. Got ace 10, and he's going to take it down. Check the flop, bet the turn. 5,100 no limit. And
Oh, you got your book.
it may be, again, 300, 600 limit. But it has been that big restricted buy-in no-limit game. There's been a lot of action in that game. We saw Frank Mariotti. Boy, he won about 25 to 30,000 last week.
Yeah,
in
he
that
did
game.
well.
Wow.
Well, we don't know actually what he left with.
Well,
That
and
was
the
that
times
was
that
when we
were
finished
on.
the show.
Yeah, times that we were on.
It's 2+2.
Best book up.
Best book. I got it.
Second one's even better.
5 players.
Limped around here. Looks like George got up and left, huh? Yep. Oh, George moved
Yeah,
to
he
seat
moved.
1.
20.
No. Yeah.
Seat 6 is bet 20,
Thanks.
and nobody calls. Of course, there's always the big new Coke debacle of the mid-'80s as well, which is interesting. 80s soda stuff. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Of course, I never had to worry about that because I didn't drink cola, so I was. It wasn't a big deal to me. Ramsey here has got 6, 7 of hearts, and he's going to raise it up. Now, seat 9 here, Barry, he's got king, queen. He is in position, but again, this is one of these trap hands, but he does make the call. The guy to his left, Charlie's got 9-10, and I would rather call a raise with 9-10 than king, queen offsuit. But Barry does have the button.
No, you know,
4
I
players.
figured I took a walk.
Four-way action here.
See what happens.
You must have hit that.
I did.
Ramsey's hit a
I
pair,
checked to Ramsey though.
and Al has top pair, and Ramsey moves all in.
Hey, dude, I'm glad I didn't go to play.
Ramsey moves all in.
Sir, you can't be on the phone at the table. You got to step behind the rope.
And Al, with top pair, has got a decision to make. Ramsey's moved all in with a pair and a straight draw.
Go that way for about 5 minutes. Sorry.
Looks like it's maybe 200 or so. I don't know what
That's more
Barry's
than
thinking.
that. Yeah.
A little less than.
Maybe 250.
You just sit next to me, Charlie?
Barry's going to
Oh, I'm
muck.
sorry.
And let's see what Al does.
Ramsey, oh my God.
Oh, Al's going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
What's your bad card?
Charlie's going
I'll
to
show you my bad card. This is my bad card.
move over to seat number 3.
So he's like, the guy came out and said,
Go ahead, Ramsey.
And Al lays it down.
What's your good card?
Good cut didn't hit.
Let's see
It's
your
bad
good
one
card.
hit. 2-6.
Ramsey likes to make those big bets there. Take the pot down. Aggressive play.
What was his hand again?
That's a race.
6, 7 of hearts.
Okay. Because I saw the turn was a deuce, river was an ace.
Just for you, Ramsey. Only for you.
The phone messes up our cameras.
I think it's the sound, isn't it? The sound.
Actually, it's to protect the integrity of the game. But
Well, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the-
giving a
that's-
host on a hard time out there.
That's the main reason.
Look at the bully.
Barry's going to make it 30 to go here. He's got ace 4 of hearts.
3 players.
And he's going to get called there by George. 10-4 suited. Wow. Brendan. George picked up a pair and a flush draw. And Barry has bottom pair. And Brendan has middle pair.
Even though it was a straight draw, I didn't like it.
Barry's going to bet here with ace 4. It's a $100 pot.
45.
That's 45. Let's see what George does here with the pair and the flush draw.
I hope you had a set of sixes, because
I guess he was betting 60.
you'll be mad at you. Remember, you can't lie to me.
I thought Brian
I'm
said
gonna find
45. But
He did. He
out.
did,
That's
but
hard.
I never lie.
Except when you lie, right?
It looks like George smooth called there.
See, I'm catching on to
So
it.
here we go with the turn. The turn's a king.
it's got to be hard for Barry to keep firing here.
Nice hand, man.
100.
He's going to bet 100.
That's why I checked it to you. 'cause I
Pot's
checked
about
it.
$230. And George makes the call. And the river is a 5. And Barry has the best hand. Surprised George didn't show any more aggression throughout this hand. Just calling all the way. But you got to think that Barry thinks he's beat at this point.
I would think so.
Yeah. Unless the guy is just on a flush draw. And he's going to bet 100. And George calls him the whole way with a pair of 4s.
He's got me out kicked.
Oh my God.
Wow. Gotta think that maybe George had a read that Barry was weak, and he was.
Yeah, I'm surprised he made that call. I mean, he probably thought Barry didn't like his hand, and
Yeah,
which was the right read.
right.
Barry didn't like his hand.
But again, it's one of those accidental
Wow, that's
things.
unbelievable,
That
yeah.
10-4 can accidentally be beat. I mean, in this case, ace-4 had him the whole time, but we talk about that sometimes with the strategy. Sometimes when you think that somebody else is on a draw and they accidentally get a pair, you can't just check it down or just call with a weak hand, because they could accidentally, back into the to a better hand.
Chips, please. C1.
Should have raised when.
And George is saying that he should have raised
Uh-huh.
at some point.
You would have raised, I would have gone away.
Huh? What's that?
You would have raised, I would have gone away.
I know. Of course. You got bottom pair.
How are you going to call?
George is from northern England.
You don't know one pair jack? Huh? Put him on ace queen. Ace queen, I think.
4-way action limped around.
There's a weak bet at the end. Very weak bet.
Queen 5-7. Charlie's got top pair. He's going to bet right out.
A what?
Stop that.
James has a better kicker. He calls.
Man, I was gonna call you, no matter what.
Yeah, but if I would have checked, what would you have done?
I would have checked, I think. Yeah.
Heads up. Queen 8 against Queen 10. Turns a 10. It's a third club. Charlie checks, and
Thinking on
James
my
is going to
head,
bet.
But not sure, I put like 60% your bluff and 40% on my head. I mean, 40% on my head, about 20, I don't know what the fuck.
Queen 10 takes it down.
What else you doing here?
My parents are big fans of Squirt, which I believe is a Pepsi product, but I'm not positive about that. Squirt. It's more of a grapefruit soda.
I haven't had it. I mean, I know what it is, but I haven't had it.
Yeah?
Hey, man, you haven't given Donna money yet?
Bring Big Mike back into the game.
No, it's not a new game. Okay.
Oh, it looks like Mr. Kim's going to come in the game.
Hey, Ram, do you have any tips Donna yet?
Buying this, you're worried enough now. Give it all back.
What are you 500?
Wow. We have some big hands here.
Pocket jacks and pocket queens.
And Ace King in suit 3.
Oh, yeah, and
Ace King suited.
Pocket jacks, pocket queens, ace king, and king queen.
Pocket 3's queen.
75.
So Al has re-raised to 75. I believe seat 1 raised with king queen.
You raised it to 15.
Now it's up to Charlie with the Ace King.
You know you want to fold.
$75 re-raise there by Al. And I think Charlie's very familiar with Al.
Oh, wait. As soon as you fold, you can look this up.
I mean, it wouldn't be unreasonable to lay this down, actually, in a cash game, if you know that Al's a really tight player. And that,
He
he
makes
lays
the
it
lay
down.
down.
Yeah, he lays it down.
Confirm the fact that he's a pretty tight player.
And James calls with pocket jacks. And George is probably going to get out, I would assume. Yeah, he's not going to take the heat there with king, queen. And Al's in great shape. Queens against jacks.
Oh,
King 8-5. Well, that's going to be an action killer.
that's a huge flop for Charlie when he folded. He had ace king of spades, remember?
And James is going to bet 75 here. Right into the razor. He bets immediately.
200.
And Al doesn't fall for it. He's going to raise it up to 200. So James bets and Al raises. And Charlie, you're right, had the ace king of spades.
Mm-hmm.
Al also has the queen of spades in his hand.
Don't ask me why I do it.
Honestly, I don't think I would have blocked.
I was trying to make it easier for you.
I know.
That
I
was the
believe
sad-
you.
That was the sad part.
I believe you.
But I might not
Well, I think
be as
it-
familiar with Al as
Well,
Charlie.
yeah,
or
but it was
you
a
are.
situation where Charlie only had like $230.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he thought that the re-raise might have been too big, and James mucks the jacks, where the ace king might have either been a push hand or a fold hand. But obviously he would have flopped a big hand.
Thank you.
I'll go king, queen.
What do you want me to do? I got fucking queens.
Live straddle.
You know if I make it 75 or whatever, it's dead.
Here we go in a post by two on 2+2. Poker Jet says Crystal Pepsi was a 7-Up looking soda. It was clear, but was supposed to taste like Pepsi. He said, "Let me give you a hint. It didn't."
I have 2 draws. Mathematically, I should get the next one. Do you still got cards?
Okay, I'll do. Okay. I just said okay.
Mr. Kim's going to come in and he's going to straddle. Of course, straddle is a second big blind. He's going to have the option when it comes around to him. It's $10 to call.
Did you get mine?
Live straddle.
Yours, I heard quick.
Charlie calls with ace rad.
How much? How old are you? 26?
5 more to call, sir. Live
26,
straddle.
right?
Ramsey. Option, Mr. Kim.
Of course, there's always mellow yellow as well, which is
What?
bad.
For not being a soda person, you sure know a lot about it.
Oh, I just know a lot of useless stuff.
I have bullet table in it. Bullet table.
Not me right now.
10, deuce, 7, couple of clubs. No one's really hit anything.
I'm got no tip even there.
Turn is a king. Ramsey now has picked up top pair and he's going to bet.
40.
Whenever it's like this, I just take a walk.
He bets $40.
No, but I want to learn how to play through it. I think I can play through it.
And he's going to take it down.
I really don't feel.
I know, but it's just hard to play through.
Nobody out there remembers Boku, though? I'm surprised I haven't got more responses to that. It's one of those cult things, I guess. I mean, when have we ever seen Richard Lewis except on Curb
I don't know
Your
who Richard Lewis
Enthusiasm on
is. Maybe
Sunday?
that's what. Is it the real tall guy? The,
He's just kind of a doofus-looking, goofy guy. He's known for his Boku spots.
3 outs.
6 players.
okay. I
And
think
he had
I know.
I guess he had a series with Jamie Lee Curtis at one time too. Although I'm not
25.
sure what the name of the show was. Ramsey's got King Queen. He's going to lead out for 20.
75.
And Charlie's flopped bottom 2 pair, and he's going to make it 75. He's got 4-8. King 4-8 on the board, and Ramsey calls, and he's in trouble. Turn is a deuce. Charlie now picks up a flush draw with his 2 pair, and he's going to move all in. And Ramsey is going to call. Ramsey needs to catch a king, a queen, or a deuce, not diamonds. And the river's a jack, and 8s and 4s is going to take it down. Charlie takes it. Charlie's a tournament player. I've seen him in a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, but he plays a lot of live poker here.
Yeah, he's a little kind of play. Like if I lose 1, 2 hands, he'll definitely. He ain't gonna get it.
I could have made more money against somebody if he doesn't tell me I'm up the hill.
Oh, yeah, you beat. Come on. You beat. You need the flop.
Hey Dog on 2+2 is wondering which episode was in the archives where Ted Forrest and Chad Brown went head to head. That was way back, I want to say in February. It was one of the first white chip limit games that we did. Pocket kings here for Barry in the small blind. We got a raise there by seat 5 with 6s. Or excuse me, and Mr. Kim is going to come over the top all in with pocket 8s.
And Barry's looking at him in disbelief. What?
And Mr. Kim has moved all in here for, it looks like, 450. A raise by James, a call by Brendan, and a $455 raise there by Mr. Kim. And I don't think Barry's thinking. I think he's thinking, am I going to smooth call here or re-raise? And it looks like he's going to call. He calls.
It's 4:45, and then Ramsey will put you on 10.
I don't play with you guys enough to know. Which one of you is cock up?
And James has got pocket 6s. I got to tell you, I probably would have pushed over the top all in, but I know Barry kind of likes to trap here a little bit, and you know, maybe he knows if he can get somebody to call in between.
Why would you want to push over the top? That raises him big enough?
Well, I don't necessarily want something dangling around there with an ace, but regardless, it's pocket 8s against pocket kings. And Barry's showing a king, one king. There's the other one. Mr. Kim's in big trouble.
I think I mucked an ace.
Queen, deuce, 7.
You're looking good, but you're not good looking.
Oh, there's a king on the turn. Set of kings is good.
Go ahead, Barry. Take it.
I need to get in this game more often.
Barry's
pot.
tearing it up.
I don't ever remember this game playing so big.
Yeah, this game used to be kind of it was a squeaky tight game when it first came around, when people were moving up to the 200. But now it's almost a game where the people that are playing in the higher limit games come to play and kind of screw around, or while they're waiting. And because it's a little smaller, they tend to push a lot harder. Barry Woods continues to just tear it up.
Where is it?
He started the night with, I think it was 500, so however much he has
Well,
now.
nobody can start with more than that.
Right, but I mean,
You mean
like
sitting at this table?
yeah, the game started a couple minutes
I think
beforehand.
it was he had 750. Yes, 750 when the show started.
$30 raise there. Well, anyways, he had 500 at 530, so he's up this much. I don't think he's
There
done a
you go.
rebuy.
Right.
Jack 6 on the flop. No one has anything. Turn is an 8.
Oh, you check?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And everyone checks again. And the river is an 8. An ace king here is good in seat 6.
Go.
Got an ace.
Ronnie, got a bad card.
Well, I'm going to go so far as to say that do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I haven't in a while, but it used to be. Yeah, I used to watch it a lot. It was one of my favorite shows.
Okay. I'm going to go so
Really
far as to
original.
say that you probably wouldn't have liked the Larry David sandwich, or what happened at the end, the Richard Lewis sandwich, which was whitefish, sable, capers, and cream cheese. It sounds good to me. And onions. That's right. I was like onions.
After the white fish, it wasn't sounding so hot.
Wow, never been this much down in this game. I've never been stuck this much in this game. Ever.
I could do that sandwich without the cream cheese. Keep it healthy for me. Be in paradise.
Buying this a lot.
Looks like Barry's chowing down over there.
You know, that's my style.
Wow, look at Barry. He's got
Cheeseburger and fries.
$1,000 there and probably
A little more than that
Yeah,
in front of him.
more in front of him. So he's up over 2,000. Who needs the $1,000 game when he can make crazy money in this game?
Right.
And you know, people have got a lot of chips on the table now, so it's going to play big.
Go ahead.
Just 3 players.
Three-way action here. Just a limper. Ace, 8, 9. Al bets there with ace 5 and Charlie calls. The turn's a 10. This one's going to get chopped now. And the river's a 7. Chop it up.
Chop it up. That's why I bet. I knew I had one.
Aces and 10s with an 8 kicker.
For the ocean card.
I didn't screw around. No, I could have, but I didn't.
Okay, I know who Richard Lewis is now. Thanks, Kev Mouth on 2+2.
Is it from the Robin
Anything
Hood
but
Men in
love.
Tights? Is that where you recognize him from?
No, because I remember Evelyn said something about Jamie Lee Curtis, and he said anything but love. And I didn't watch the show, but I remember the previews for it. And
Of course, at that time, I was probably in kindergarten or first grade. Well,
but I did see Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's a hilarious movie.
45.
George is raised here, it looks like, from the button. He's got pocket 7s. A couple people have limped in here. Anything but love, huh? Interesting. And Michael limped in with pocket 10s, and he's just going to call. Barry's got ace jack off suit. He'd limped in. And he calls. And the way that Barry's been running, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to hit an ace or a jack here.
I'll put it in for you.
Right
Here we
in the
go,
window.
right off the bat. Ace, deuce, 5, couple of spades. Now let's see how he plays it. The action's on Michael here. And is he going to put a feeler bet? Remember, he did the feeler bet with jacks before. And Barry's actually going to bet, looks like, right into it.
150.
Going to bet 150. And the thing with, and George immediately mucks with 7s. The thing about Barry, though, is I've seen him make this bet with second pair or even without a pair. So George didn't want to get involved. But it's sometimes
honestly,
difficult.
Michael doesn't seem too thrilled. You could make a bluff in that spot.
It doesn't, it's, you can't necessarily easily put Barry on a hand. And he folds, and Barry takes it down. I'm getting word that he had about 2,200 before the hand. So now he's got about 23 or so. So he's up 1,800 in about less than 2 hours.
Not a bad day's work.
Nope, the 3 to 500 game. Here we go with the chip count. So Barry up there with 2,200. Brendan, who again, I think, was he the chip leader in the beginning of the show with 980? Someone had 980 in the beginning of the show.
No, it wasn't him because that was Al.
Oh yeah, Al
he
still
came
has
in.
980.
Remember, he joined in. He was one of the last people that came into it, so he bought in.
So he's up 1,300. Wow. And again, we've got about over 5,000 on the table.
Six players.
6-way action. Queen 7-4.
Yeah, no.
Free on the turn. Michael has a queen there in seat 4.
15.
And he bets 15. James calls with a flush draw. And Brendan calls with a pair of 4s. And the flush gets there for James in seat 5.
50.
Bets $50.
Imagine that card just killed.
And I don't think he's going to get paid off here.
I'm not really understanding a lot of these people's play because they're limped pots. It was checked on the flop, and then it's bet $15. Why even call $15 on the flush draw?
No,
If it gets there, you're not going to make any money on
he didn't
it.
get paid off.
You know, and the same thing goes for Brendan. That he calls with fourth pair. He had a pair of fours. Why? $25 in the middle of the pot.
Yeah.
30 total.
You know, if you want to take a stab at it and be the first one into the pot, not, you know, I do that a lot. I don't like calling.
Ace King is going to raise here. Everybody folds. I have some horrible memories of certain sitcoms from the 80s. I mean, we used to go out to dinner on Friday nights. This is an Italian place north of Boston, North Reading, called Kitty's. And I'd have to come home and sit there with my grandmother and watch The Golden Girls and Empty Nest, and I'd want to kill myself at the end of the night. With that stupid dog, Dreyfus, on Empty Nest. My God. And then sometimes they'd overlap in between shows, and it would be twice as bad. And it looks like we're getting straddled here in seat 7.
You're getting straddled?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Straddle. 7-9 of spades here is going to raise. That's Al. And he makes it 50? Wow. And C4 calls with ace deuce of clubs to Al's $50 raise. Wow. We're heads up.
You want to have forehand instead of heads up.
And Al has flopped a straight. Let's see how he plays it.
I don't understand why you want more than one person to call. 50.
And actually, I think Al checked. He checked the straight.
I check in the dark.
And he calls, and he checks in the dark now. And the turn is a 9, and that's an action killer. Normally, I like Al's play here. And the river is a 5.
100.
And Al's going to bet. And he does not get paid off. I thought Al was going to check raise the flop there. But again, obviously he's flopped the nuts, but there's cards that can come that will kill his action, and that's exactly what happened on the turn there.
Don't be using my hand. See what beautiful hand that is? You're gonna make the good for you.
Sometimes I'd like to bet right out on that flop because no one's going to put me on 7-9 if I raised with it. Hopefully they might think that
Right.
I'm just going to betting with high cards,
Right.
and they're going to raise me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think I would put in the way that Al played it, how he checked it. I wouldn't have put in a check raise there on the flop. I mean, I know he had got the action killer on the turn, but I would have taken that chance. So,
And you would
like
have
you
checked
said,
blind on the turn?
I would have. I kind of liked his move. I would have either did what you said, which was lead out into it, or I would have check called on the flop and then
Check blind on the turn?
Check raised on the turn. I try not to check blind, but I probably would have check raised on the turn.
Not so bad.
King 7 Jack here.
No, they got the AC one.
I believe Michael raised with Ace Queen pre-flop.
I can feel it right here.
Actually, it was Mr. Kim had live straddled, and it was just called pre-flop. And now Michael has bet 45. Brendan's got Jack 10. He's not going to get involved. And Ace Queen's going to take it down there.
Thank you.
Oh, that's suited.
And Ramsey, fly straddle, okay. I can do that too every once in a while.
Did you used to watch TGIF on NBC? TGIF?
What was it mine?
Is that a show?
No, it was the collection of sitcoms on Friday nights.
But it wasn't on NBC. It was on ABC.
ABC, you're right. Yeah. Very quick. That's right.
Probably not. I'm not a huge TV person. I mean, when I was younger, I used to watch some of them. But on a Friday night, there's so many other things to do than to sit home and watch television.
Well, this was when I was 7 years old. We've got some hands here. Pocket aces, pocket tens, pocket nines. Wow. And pocket aces with the original razor there. And it's a ragged board. So we've got 3 people with overpairs.
Bet 125.
And he's going to bet 125, and you wonder if these guys are going to get away from it. And seat 5 moves all in over the top, and now what does Brendan do? What does Brendan do now? You've got a big bet with aces, a raise, or an all-in over the top, and the action's over to Brendan with pocket nines. And how much is the all-in there in seat 5? 430. So a bet and a raise. And he's moved over the top for 430. And now Charlie might be scared of the deuce here, but the pot might be so big he's going to call the extra 300.
I call.
And he does call. And unless he gets unlucky, he's going to win a big pot here. Turns a 3. And the river's a 7, and Charlie's going to take it down there with the aces.
Aces.
Wow, I was big dog.
Aces, 10s, and 9s.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah. That makes show him. I know.
I think that Charlie actually didn't have enough white to cover the bet.
No, I think he does, but the dealer wants to count it out to show him.
Oh.
Thank you, bro.
Well, if you were in the blind, you would
Looks like he's heading away. He's gone.
Nice hand. I like my layup too.
What do you have?
Pocket nines.
Oh.
I wouldn't have rewritten even if he had folded.
Pot is going to get limped around.
4
I
players.
still would have called you on the turn.
4-way action.
So I'd have been in
5-5-3. Couple of diamonds. Mr. Kim's going to bet with the overpair.
here on the board.
Barry's going to get away, I'm sure.
I think you're right. Nice hand by the Sun.
Barry folds. I don't think we're going to see any action on this one.
Are you leaving us? Yeah, I was only going to play for an hour anyway. Oh, yeah. Not a lot of people make that kind of money in an hour.
Of course, there were some of those great, dramatic shows from the 80s. There's Rick Nebbiolo. Dramatic 80s character himself. L.A. Law, Moonlighting. Some classics.
40. No, 50.
Life Goes On was a good show, Isaac. Oh, it wasn't Isaac. It's outside the weave.
That's the one with Corky, right?
Right. I liked that one.
Mr. Kim is bet here with pocket nines, and Barry's called him with ace-10 offsuit from the small blind, and Barry hits an ace. This guy's incredible. Mr. Kim bets. He's going to bet 50. And Barry's going to check raise him to 100. Wow, and Kim quickly calls. Well, if you've check raised and somebody calls you, turns a deuce.
Yeah, what's he going to do now?
He checks. And now Kim checks right behind him. The river is an 8.
100.
And I like the bet here by Barry. He bets 100. I mean, there's only one overcard to Kim's ace there. Or to Kim's pocket nines. And Kim does make the call. And Barry's going to win with the ace-10. Wins another one. Wins another one. One of my favorite shows, which was a early 90s to late 80s show, was Picket Fences.
I didn't used to watch that.
Picket Fences. Isaac, you know that one? Picket Fences?
I don't watch very much television. I'm telling you, all these shows you're mentioning, I don't watch.
And this was pre-TiVo days, too.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, Picket Fences was an interesting one. The beautiful Holly Mary Combs, one of my favorite actresses.
I don't know what happened.
Is Rick sitting down in this game?
Looks like it. Nebbiolo. Rick Newby, as we call him, sitting into the game.
That's a 10. But I check this.
Wow, 10-10-10 here on the flop. Turns of 5. That's what we need, another type player in the game. And the river is an ace. It looks like King High is good here.
Check raise.
George, you're first to show. Show your flush.
You're right, George backed into a flush there. Wow.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I guess he just couldn't believe nobody else had, nobody had a pair to give them full house.
I don't count that as one. But I thought I
I want to go so far as to say this is going to be the biggest game we've seen Rick playing.
It sounds like this.
Just like we had Dan play the other day in the 10-20 no limit.
Who?
Dan Castanella.
Okay, cool.
A gentleman that plays on the show a lot. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
He got it too.
Hold on. C4.
Seat 4 has pocket 10s again.
30 total.
This time he raises. He's been limping in with them before.
He's been calling the big raises with them. He's called $40 and something else.
It's not worth $30. You sweep it everybody. We could run like 8 cards.
Ramsey has called here with the ace-8 of clubs. Charlie's in there with pocket 3s.
Okay, 3 players.
Three-way action. $90 pot.
You can play with the racks on the table, right?
Yes.
Deuce 4-4.
Not a bad flop for 3s.
And that's actually Mr. Kim in seat 8, excuse me. Yeah, I was going to say,
But
let's see
Michael
if Mr.
has
Kim...
him. Yeah, Michael has him beat, but
Yeah, Mr. Kim has bet. And Michael's
all
going
his
to call
chips,
with the
yeah, look like
overpair.
$130 or so.
Mr. Kim is going to quickly drop 2 racks in this game. Quickly, in about a half an hour. Again, he is way behind. Need to spike a 3 or a running straight. Well, there's one of his cards for the straight. And the river is a 10, and Michael fills up. And Mr. Kim is going to go down and felt there again.
Thank you. Okay, lines up.
Yeah, just when you got it right at Rudison, it's like they multiply like rabbits. Isn't that a great problem to have somebody? Never does.
And I think Mr. Kim is going to rebuy. Looks like it. How much is it for there? Well, he's going to buy in for the full amount, $500. And he's got King Jack, and he's limped in. Barry's going to raise it up here with Queen 8 of Hearts.
Mixing it up.
George is going to make the call with Ace 9 of Diamonds. Charlie's got pocket 9s over there in seat 3. He's trying to figure out what to do. Looks like he's just going to call.
Wow.
And let's see if Kim comes in with the King Jack. He is going to call.
4 players.
And you could see Brendan actually mucked King Queen. And the flop comes Ace Deuce 3. Barry has a flush draw. And George has got Ace 9. And Barry's going to bet 100, little under the size of the pot. And now if you're George, what do you do? You've got Mr. Kim behind you. You're in position.
George is probably doubting everything he's done tonight. Nothing seems...
Actually, you've got 2 people who are to act after you. 2 people in early position. And he's going to fold. He's not going to get involved. Pocket nines mucks. Mr. Kim mucks. Barry's going to take it down there with the flush draw. Did you say that you remember Happy Days?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't know Happy Days?
I mean, like when it wasn't on in syndication?
Nick at Night, you know?
Oh, okay. How about
All right.
Taxi?
You know what show is one of the best shows? Now, I don't know if I should really say this, really date me. Soap.
I don't even know what that
That
is.
has to be the best show ever.
I don't know what that is. Yep.
It was a spoof of a like soap opera. It just had some wild things. I have DVDs. I'll bring it to you. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, Billy Crystal and Benson. What's Robert Guillaume and was Christy McNichol? Was she in that? Right, the mom from Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I'm partial to Who's the Boss, Tuesday nights on ABC. Right before Growing Pains. The lovely Alyssa Milano.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see her develop.
Right.
Got five-way action here, limped around. King 6-8. Michael has a flush draw. And he's going to bet it. $20 from the button. Rick's not going to get involved with his pair of eights. And everyone's going to fold. The funny thing about Growing Pains, towards the end of the show, if you ever watch these True Hollywood Stories things, Kirk Cameron just turned into this crazy, straight-laced Christian where anything in the script that he disagreed with, he would veto, like kissing his girlfriend or being in the same room with the door closed or lying to his parents. And Alan Thicke was saying that he pretty much ruined the show, I think. Or he was saying that pretty much brought an end to the show when he started acting like that.
Uh-huh.
Limped around here three ways. Ooh, ace, queen, 9. Or ace, queen, jack, a couple of spades. Ramsey's got bottom two pair. Barry has a weak ace. And Brendan has a gut shot and a spade draw. Oh, the turn is an ace. Now Barry has trip, and both players are deep. And the flush checks. This could be another huge pot with Barry Woods in it. And he's going to bet.
50.
He bets 50. Oh, and the flush just calls.
Wow.
He's got the nut flush. He just calls. And Ramsey has gotten, his hand is no longer good there. Counterfeit there on the turn. He's going to muck. Boy, if Brendan, let's hope we don't see an action killer. No spade. How about a red deuce? Oh, black 5. Okay. And he checks the flush again.
$40,000.
Brendan checks the flush again.
Bet 50.
And Barry's going to bet 50. And Brendan just called. Wow. Boy, is that mega passive. That's unbelievable. I mean, we know Barry that he might call all of Brendan's chips off there with that hand. Brendan might have been able to extract, he might have been able to double through Barry there on that hand. I mean, we've seen Barry call with lesser hands than trips there in a spot like that. That's incredible. Wow.
always turned over aces. I'm not, and then in a 5 on the river, you could have easily had ace 5. I'm not doing that.
Well, I guess Brendan said he was scared of the full house, but oof, my goodness.
But I would have called a bet of 200 also. I would just put the raise.
Wow.
You got much money in as I have.
40.
Ramsey's going to raise here. Ace jack offsuit. 40.
Like last time. And beat my hand.
I was a big blind, you didn't raise.
Unfortunately, what made... You want me to call Ramsey? Really good. You want me to call? Made my hand.
Al's got 7-10 of hearts. He's not going to play.
I couldn't put you on the full
Usually I don't play those hands, nobody raise.
I want him to call.
Or control pink.
You don't want me to call. I got
do
the
want
hand. Look,
I do want him.
next time.
Trust me.
When
What you got, Ramsey?
Ramsey's going to take it
if
down.
I call the raise,
3-4 again?
you gotta get ready for me if I call the raise.
I want him to call.
If I call the raise, you gotta get ready for me. You know I got you beat if I call you raise.
I don't have much money. You can't hear me.
I don't think so.
You're only gonna give me bad beat, just
go all in
like
before
the
you
guy he
do.
gets ace 5, ace jack and ace king.
No, I don't think he's got 2 overcards.
Good hand.
Middle in between yours somewhere. Any hand, any time, any day will do it.
Seat 4 is going to limp in.
Okay. 4 players.
4-way action. Ace, deuce, jack.
Oh, I'm not going to bet in flush again.
Turn is a queen, and the river is a 6. 4 spades on board.
I got a pair of 6s. I think.
And a pair of 6s is no good because Mr. Kim has a jack.
Thank you.
Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim.
He got 3-1. He got 3-1 on his blind. They're in shopping.
Somebody write in and please question Shirley's strategic ability to read hands or something on 2+2, and then we'll get into some sort of discussion. We'll
Yeah.
get into a lively discussion.
Okay, 4 players.
Something totally ridiculous, but she needs to respond to it. So.
$40,000
Ace 6 8 on the flop.
25.
Yeah, I can't really hold a conversation with you about television.
Pocket
Sorry.
deuces.
Plus the
Reds.
fact that you're such a baby, so that shows that you watched. I was out partying. You're at home at 10 years old, and I'm 17 or 18. Out
Really?
drinking
10 years old and you were 17 or 18?
Who's going to pull me right
somewhere in there, I
Yeah.
think.
now? They pull me up.
Were you partying in high school in the 80s?
I was.
You were? You.
Heck yeah,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah. Talk about beer bonging. I could have a conversation with
Hey,
you, Bart.
that was a time to be here in the Southern California in the 1980s. My goodness. Did you see like Rolling Stones at like the Roxy and like the Rainbow Room? And...
No.
No?
No.
Man. Guns N' Roses. That's what I meant Guns N' Roses. Did I say Guns N' Roses?
You didn't. No, I didn't.
We get a raise and a re-raise all in.
You want me to call Ramsey?
100 exactly.
You want me to call Ramsey?
Ramsey has re-raised all in here with King, Queen, and Diamonds.
I don't hear that.
Brendan raised a 4-5 offsuit.
No evil here. No.
I go shit anyway, so. I like my hand better than that.
And I don't think anyone's going to call.
At least I think I have one life target.
Well, Brendan's already put in 35. He's not even going to make the call. No, not make the call. I don't know if Ramsey only had maybe 75 behind there, but I guess
With a
Brandon
small
didn't think
pair.
his hand was worth it.
You're 50-50.
Guns N' Roses, Poison,
Nope.
Winger.
Okay, in the 80s, I went and saw Ice-T, Public Enemy.
Oh, there you go.
Who else am I seeing?
How about
God, I saw
NWA?
them.
Yeah.
No, but they were one of my favorite groups.
Two
but I
Live
didn't
Crew?
see him.
Pop That Coochie?
Another one of my favorite groups, but I didn't see him. Ice-T was my favorite. So I went and saw him probably 5 times.
Barry raced here to 35 with pocket 7s. And George is going to call with ace-5 suited. Mr. Kim has an 8-9 suited, and if spades come, Mr. Kim's in trouble.
3 players.
3-way action, $100 pot. Jack 6-8. Mr. Kim has a pair of 8s. Looks like action's on Barry.
You play life in the bay, you know what you have? 280. 80.
Barry's going to bet 80.
That's 45.
George is going to muck. Kim is going to call. Call with second pair there. And Kim actually has the best hand.
Yes, he does.
2 players.
Turn is a 4. Kim checks. See, Barry continues to push. Gonna bet 100. Kim is gonna quickly call.
This looks familiar.
And the river is a king. Yeah, it's gonna get checked down here. Kim's gonna take it down there with an 8.
8. You're playing calling with 8.
There you go. Mr. Kim finally wins a
Finally
pot.
wins one. I think he's bought in for a total of $1,500. So he's still down $1,000.
Yeah, he's in for 3 rebuys or 3 buy-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Barry has bet 35 here.
Oh, Alan, you actually coming in on a pot here, are we?
Yeah,
Didn't wake you up, did we?
almost. I was yawning. But I figured I might as well take a stab.
5 players.
And here we go. 5-way action. About $175 pot. Jack D7, couple of diamonds. And Ramsey's going to go all in with top pair. But Barry has ace-jack. Kim has a gut shot.
115 on it.
Leave us alone, please.
And let's see what Barry does here.
In this spot, I might put a re-raise. He does.
did. Race to 400.
I better sit down.
And Ramsey's in big trouble here. Turns a deuce. And the river is a king. And the ace is going to play. Jacks and deuces with an ace. And Barry wins another one. Tearing up the table. Look at that stack of whites. This is a 3 to 500 game.
Mm-hmm. He has, it looks like $2,000 there.
Yeah.
Or almost 2,000
Stack
in
of
whites.
whites.
Yes. So John E. from 2+2 said that, you know Bert from Soap, the show I was talking about. He was the father in Empty Nest.
Well, I know the father in Empty Nest, yeah.
He was probably one of the best characters on that show. Do you like that wacky kind of... Yeah, if you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, I think you would enjoy it.
Wacky comedy. Actually, you know what my favorite show of all time was? Was Fawlty Towers. It was an English show on the BBC.
Mm-hmm.
They
Those were
played
the
it
guys that the Monty Python
Yeah.
kind of group, huh?
Yeah, that show was great. I think they only did like 12 episodes or something. Ace 3-5 here on the flop.
Bet 30.
And George is going to make a bluff at it with deuce 9. But Charlie's got ace 8 and he's going to call. Rockin' Rick Nebbiolo folds over there in seat 5. And Brendan calls with jack 5, second pair. Turn is a deuce. No one has a 4.
100.
And now George has picked up a pair and he bets 100. Obviously, it's difficult for someone with a weak ace to call this board, and that's exactly what has happened. He's bet.
Charlie folded.
And he's probably going to take it down.
Now, if someone else had that ace, they might make the call, but Charlie's not making it.
That's a tough board to make a call with.
It is.
I mean, you think that you're up against at least 2 pair or a straight now. And George takes it down.
Oh, they're trying to get me going. I'm like, where'd that come from?
See? You didn't.
Oh, my God.
Russ McGinley, who we missed last night on the thread, said that Shirley stinks and she's unattractive.
I stink at poker.
Yeah, stink at poker. That's the key.
That's
the
even worse.
key.
That's
You
a
can't-
yeah.
Personal stuff, I think she can just shrug
Yeah,
off.
if you just say I stink, that
just
doesn't
say
even
something
bother me.
about
But
the
to say I
poker.
stink at poker, you're pushing my buttons.
Barry's got pocket jacks. He's going to make it 40 to go. I think George just hit his knee on the box, and I'm still in pain from when I did that like a week ago. I have this deep bone bruise on my kneecap. Those boxes. Oh, man. I do that all the time when I sit in those seats, seat 1 and seat 9. Here we go with the flop. Jacks against ace deuce suited. Barry's going to bet with the overpair. Mr. Kim just not having a lot of luck tonight.
No, he's not.
Not yet.
And he shows the jacks, and he takes it down.
Servers on 00.
Oh, there we go. We got a new player coming into seat 7. His name is Michael.
Oh, no. Oh, you can come in now. You can come in now.
See, I've really aged myself. Now they know what time I grew up in. Cars, Duran Duran. I don't know what VH is. That VHS? Video cassettes.
Did you ever get picked up by one of those 80s bands in the tour bus walking down Sunset? Like they say in the stories?
No.
You get screwed by the whole band and then just get dropped off a couple blocks later. I think that was in the
that's me,
Poison.
Bart.
I think that was in the Poison book, the Motley Crue book, Motley Crue autobiography.
5 players.
Nothing like the good old 80s. 5-way action here, limped around. Ace, ace, jack. A couple people have jacks. No one has an ace. And George is going to bet here on the jack.
Huh? That might be good.
And Mr. Kim mucks the jack.
Huh?
2 hearts any good? Could be.
2 hearts.
So
Well,
George
hold on,
betting
let me-
gets the person that would have most likely chopped the hand with him.
No good, no good.
Okay, I show what.
And George takes it down.
What jackpot? He's asking me, he's going to fold. Another one of those. It's no good, I told you. What jackpot? There's no jackpot.
That's hilarious. Right? Yeah, you're supposed to protect the deck, man.
Why don't you protect the deck, dealer?
Why'd you let him figure
I
it
could have
out?
made some extra money right there.
No, I know you're gonna.
There you go. Dude.
Take it, bro. Thanks.
That's for protecting the deck.
Come in 10 or what? Wait.
I've never done that before.
I gotta do that just one time. see what happens.
You see the turn before it comes out? Beautiful.
I got it. Get a chance to call. You should have said yeah. 45.
Got a raise there by seat 3. You love the cars in the 80s too. They were like square boxes, you know.
Well, I don't think that's what they're talking about. They're talking about cars. The cars. The group.
No,
The
yeah, this is something different.
Oh, okay.
Let you do that.
I'm
They're like
aware of the group,
boxes,
the
like
cars.
the Nissan Sentra. Is that what you mean? Kind of like that?
Reliant, Buick LeBaron.
55.
Mike's going to bet here at the ace, and he's going to take it down. Hey, so you were a hip hop fan, huh, in the 80s?
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash,
Yes.
NWA, Two Live Crew, Vanilla Ice.
No.
Really?
Boogie Down Productions, and I was really into hip hop. I mean, I still am, but it's not
Eazy-E?
a lot of yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's NWA. I mean, well, he branched off. The rap now, a lot of it doesn't say as much as it did back then.
Oh, so
Like-
you were listening to the lyrics.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it, like Boogie Down Productions and Big Daddy Kane and stuff like that, were really
Big Daddy
teaching
Kane.
good stuff.
Yeah, they were great
So-
teachers.
They did. They actually taught. There was in their songs.
Fourth player.
Four-way action here. $20 raise. Queen 6-4. Charlie's got top pair. And Brendan's going to bet here. He's got an open-ended straight draw. He bets 50. Seat 7 folds. Charlie's got top pair here. He's in early position.
They want to go against you.
He's not even getting involved. Big stack against big stack, and he mucks the queen from up front. Turn was a queen, and the river was a 7. Wow, that would have been a big hand if that had played through.
Okay. I king queen.
You wonder if... Oh, look at this. Brendan's lying to him, saying he had king queen.
You don't bet like that. Intro pot. He doesn't have it.
Sir, big blind.
Did you venture, though, into Sunset? Like when you were like 20, 19, had a fake ID?
Um,
Whatever year that was?
No, right when I was 21, then I used to go to some of the clubs out there, but not, not those kind of clubs, not the clubs you're thinking of, where you see live bands and stuff. It was more of
Option.
dancing and
Check.
that kind of stuff for me.
20. Still better what I have.
$20 bet here.
Raise.
Raise.
And George is going to raise it up with the queen.
I don't think so.
I think Barry just threw in a bluff bet.
What do you think I'm going to do with it? Raise.
And Barry doesn't really have
I'm pretty
anything
sure
here.
you don't.
Oh, that's what I said.
All right.
Let me pick 20.
One of the funniest things that we studied, I think Barry's going to be done with the hand. This just popped into my head about 80s commercials. We studied this at Syracuse in our communications class. There was either a BMW or a Mercedes commercial that ran like in the mid-80s where they were always talking about safety. And the guy swerved to avoid this guy that ended up crashing his car, this guy and this woman. They swerved, and they're like, safety, BMW. And then they just drove off.
All right, once.
And then, they didn't check on the people that crashed. And then they kind of sighed in relief, glad we're not that guy. And then I think there was a big outcry, and then they went and actually changed it and inserted, boy, we should go out and see if this guy's okay at the end of the commercial. If any knows what I'm talking about.
You run or swim? Go.
Looks like George is going to raise here.
Oh, you killed my hand, dude.
Sorry, man. Your pocket dude.
And then, of course, sometimes when I was watching Saturday morning cartoons like the Smurfs,
Which
was a great one.
Give you 50 cents, right? They're trying to make it
you would
back
see
down 400.
this commercial for cheese, and I don't know why this is coming into my head. I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Do you remember that? No?
It sounds a little familiar.
Yeah.
But we can inflection.
Isaac's telling me it's from the 70s. It was a rerun for anyways. But the Smurfs were good.
I appreciate that. Leave after the button. So that's
The best thing on Saturday mornings was Schoolhouse Rock.
One hand after the button so it doesn't mess the blind.
Do you know Schoolhouse Rock?
Vaguely.
leave after my button.
Vaguely.
I'm Just a Bill. Conjunction Junction. No? Oh, man.
Pot is limped around here.
6 players.
6-way action. Rick is playing a hand. I think he's in the blind, though.
Jackpot. You know, $41,000 quid.
Yeah, he
I don't
is.
care how many
In the small blind.
I've seen that.
Ace, 7, ace. Got checked around.
One more ace.
Turn is a 5.
Gives George an open end straight draw here.
Ooh, Rick's going to make a bluff at it. Rick's going to bluff into it with 8-10. And George calls. I would have loved to have actually seen a raise there with the 6-8.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't think that Rick is sandbagging an ace. Normally he's going to bet right out. Well, maybe. And the river is a 7. And Rick has the best hand now with a 10. Rick bets. And he's going to take it down. And look at the excitement on his face.
Rick always looks like that when he wins pot, when he loses the pot. Don't you think so?
Like kind of
I think he always
pushed
looks
himself
the
into
same.
the chair.
I think he has his demeanor stays the same. Oh, Van Halen. VHS Van Halen. I thought he was talking about VHS tapes. I don't know. I thought Van Halen. Okay. I know Van Halen.
No. That's not your lid.
Yeah, of course, if you were really technologically advanced in the early 80s, you would have had a beta
Raise
recorder.
35.
George is going to raise here with ace-king. Did you ever get into Nintendo games, like NES games, old school Nintendo?
50 cents, please.
I love video games. I don't remember like which ones I played.
You remember Nintendo?
They were
games?
really
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
no. I didn't play that. Donkey Kong.
I mean, you're talking to someone who had old school Atari 2600, and I had Intellivision as well.
I had Atari.
Jungle Hunt was a great game for Atari. Oh,
Space Invaders.
yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah.
At best, I put you on a flush draw.
Bases loaded for Nintendo.
Sounds like a baseball game.
Yeah, you
Yeah. I wouldn't be
you could
interested in
throw
that.
it at the guy, and then he would charge you. And that was back like in '87. Seat 4 is going to raise here with ace-queen. Makes it 20 to go.
Basically catching your sets.
And looks like Mike moved over to seat 8, and he's got pocket 9s. He calls.
I've laid down a lot of hands that were
Fucking nice. Yeah.
Three-way action. And Al is in there with king 10. Ace 9-3. Uh-oh, Mike's got a set. And he's going to bet right into the set. He bets 25. And Mike's in trouble.
Bet into this, bet his set, yeah.
Yep.
Bet right into Michael.
And let's see what Mike does here with the ace. Looks like he's going to raise. And boy, you got to love that if you've got a set of 9s.
I don't think that's enough. How much did he bet? He bet 40?
He bet 25.
25. Oh, okay.
And he raises.
Raise 50 more.
He raises to 50. And look at Mike. He's shaking his head like he's not happy.
Around 7.
What do you mean? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now what is he going to do?
700.
Flat call check on the turn. No. Re-raise.
No, he's going to re-raise. I actually like this because I don't think that Mike is going to get away from the ace. Let's see. He was going to re-raise 250.
Another 200.
200 more to call. He should know something's up here if he says ace queen.
That's why I just like the flat call. You just gamble that a spade's going to come, but you put in a big raise like that, Michael should be able to lay it down, ace queen.
It's the nature of this game. Oh, he's
Guess
not going to do
not. Okay.
it. Yeah, he moves all in. I guess it probably would have played out the same way anyways. This is going to be like a $900 pot. Turn is
That's it.
jack.
It's already over.
That's it.
Ooh,
River's a 9
quads.
and Mike
Yeah.
quads. Quads.
He's probably done.
I'll be back.
Okay. Guess he's not done. Go take a walk.
Yeah, I mean, you gamble with the spade comes. You know,
I know
there
that
are
if a
other
spade
cards
comes,
that
an
comes that
action
might be
killer,
scary,
someone
too.
might, right?
You know?
Right.
I mean, otherwise, if he's raised here,
But I would be afraid
and then
that
he
people
only
would
has
be
like
able to
pocket
get away
kings,
from their hand.
you're not
Yeah.
really going to get any more money out of him anyways.
Now, if I knew that a person had ace king, I would move in. But if a person, I mean, he doesn't know what he has. So if the other person has a weak ace, ace jack, ace 10, and he makes that big re-raise, they're going to lay their hand down.
Well, not this time.
Not this time.
And Mike was actually playing pretty tight the entire night. I just don't think that there are a lot of people that are capable of laying that hand down at this level.
Yeah, but we also know that he had ace queen. But there was also a chance he had ace jack. I mean, he could have had a worse hand, worse ace.
Well, he knew once you go full that he was
Pot is limped around here.
5, please.
Mike's got a king. He's on the button. A hanker for a hunk of cheese.
What?
There's a rest of that song I can't quite remember.
15.
Man, I'll play
Goes along with
6-4
that.
offsuit. Who cares? I'll play anything, especially in a raise pot.
$15 bet,
6-4 suit. I raised that one.
and he's going to take it down. I also had the Snoopy slush maker machine at home, too. if anyone's-
remember that.
Yeah, you do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking through some old pictures of my old house way back when, and I saw it there in the corner. Snoopy slush machine.
You still have it?
I don't think so. I'm going to go and look in eBay and see if some people are selling it. It's amazing what they've
There
done on
were,
those things.
yeah. There were some of the things that I had growing up
I
that I
have
did
Garbage Pail
save.
Kids. Second and first series, Garbage Pail Kids.
20.
It's like 1985.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them, but I can't remember them specifically. Were they like a knockoff of the Cabbage Patch?
No, they were trading cards, like baseball cards.
Okay. Yeah,
Now,
I mean, I remember it, but I
Stop
can't
the
remember.
Presses. Rick
I
Nebbiolo
remember
has
the
come
name.
in for a raise. He has Ace Jack suited.
2.
And 7-4 offsuit there. Mike has called him. 10-10-5. Rick should probably take this one down with a bet, unless Mike wants to get creative. Nope. Rick takes it down. Nessie Tessie. Adam Baum. That was my first trip to the principal's office in the elementary school. They sent me down there. Those things got banned. I had them on me. Yep. Yeah, card playing started early for me. Of course, the cards came with a sugar stick, which they call bubble gum.
So do you have a suited connector if you're looking at? I like suited connectors.
Barry's gonna limp in here. 10-5 offsuit. Interesting hand selection. On the cutoff. George, the 8-4 offsuit, limping in from the button. 6-way action.
Where's your king? I checked to the king.
That's my 7 deuce.
Charlie's got a king.
King queen checks? Yeah.
I think George is a little off his game.
Picked up a gut shot now. And now Charlie's gonna bet.
Picked up a gut shot with 3 hearts on board.
You don't like that high. Your king with a low kicker now is...
I just need to call you. I want to raise it.
And Al's got 2 pair. And he just calls and he checks blind. The river is a 6.
I guess Charlie.
And look at this.
with a
Charlie's got kings up. And I think those two are friends, and they just agreed to check it down.
I would have hit a
You guys
straight,
got
man.
Charlie caught 2 pair on the river.
Thank you.
Why you gotta do that?
I knew you didn't like that thinking, huh?
I wanted to raise so bad. Like, you know what?
How
I don't
much?
even know.
That was I figured 2 pairs on
I don't
flush.
think you got 2 pair. You would have bet the 2 pair on the flop.
No,
There's no way you're
I
letting
catch my
that
gut
slide.
shot for a straight. To 6.
There's no way you're letting that slide on the flop. I know that. Crazy. And if you got 2 pair with that 5 too, then more power to you. I know that 5 only helped me.
I used to have Mike Tyson's punch-out injuries on my hand from NES. Hitting the, switching over to the B button to block. So caught my fingernail a couple times.
No. Break it for me.
Shut the camera.
5.
Now let me look at my cards before I decide to fold.
Now there's so many damn buttons on those PlayStation 2 controllers. Yeah.
That's nice of a guy.
Here we go. Limped around. Rick Nebbiolo's in the hand. Looks like he's got 7-5 offsuit. A couple people have queens, second pair.
25.
And Alan bets here with queen 8. James has the best hand. He checked with queen jack, and he's going to check call. Turn is a 7.
You calling already?
Check.
If you're calling already, I'll check.
Check, check.
It confuses me why you want to call already.
And the river is a 7. And chop this one up, folks.
Ace is
Queens and 7s with an ace.
top it up.
Al got lucky there at the end.
Ace.
Nintendo also used to have this track game, like track and field game, or like it was an exercise game, and they used to give you an exercise pad, and you would like hop around on the pad, and there would be sensors in the pad that would pick up, like you running. It was interesting. You plop up and down on the pad.
Service.
I know. I forget what I don't know if I forget the name of the show. Exercise.
Is he be looking?
You want to insert?
I have no clue what you're talking about. It's one of those kind of like the what's that one?
Sorry, I didn't
Dance-
play the
Dance
Barbie.
Fever thing?
I didn't play the Barbie Nintendo games.
I wasn't a Barbie girl. Yeah, Dance Revolution.
You weren't.
I wasn't
you weren't
a Barbie,
girl.
No, I'm a total tomboy.
G.I. Joe.
I BMX bikes. I was out riding bikes, playing basketball. I did roller skate, so that was a girly thing. I used to love to roller skate.
Before rollerblades, right?
I still, even though rollerblades are the thing, I like my roller skates.
Please.
So.
Rollerblades, I think, are so much more stable, aren't they?
Well, the one time I tried it, I ate shit. So
Really?
yeah, my roller skates, I used to be able to. We used to put like barrels down and jump barrels, and I was such a tomboy.
(10-7) Jack.
10.
I'm going to raise.
And George is going to check raise. Or he's going to raise with the flush draw.
50 more.
Muck. And George is going to take it down. Oh, wait. No, Jack
Nope.
8 is still in there. Excuse me. Turn is a 6. Now George picks a pair up. And George is going to take the card. And the river is an 8, which gives Michael 2 pair, but it's a... Anyone with a 9 would have a straight here. Checks. And there's no way that George can think he can win this hand in a showdown, right? So he's just going to give up, or is he going to bet?
You got it.
No,
I think he
he
gives up.
just gives up.
Jack's good.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new player coming into seat 5. It's Kathy.
I'll get your lay down Jack 8.
looks like it's a girl.
It's a girl.
You know that I can still remember the code to get to Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? Let me see. Somebody might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but is it 007-373-5965? Wow, that's amazing. How much this stuff I'm
And you know that
keeping
I wouldn't
into
know
my
if
brain.
you're wrong, so you could just like babble off some numbers, and I'd say, "Wow, Bart,
No,
that's
but-
impressive."
That's actually, I think that's actually the code.
Ah, someone had Pong. There you go, Johnny. That's me.
You had Pong, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Raise 35.
So if you're gonna hang up on
C3's going to raise here with King Jack of clubs. Makes it 35 to go.
My first raise 30 more.
And it doesn't look like anyone's going to play.
So we got all this information on Hanker for a Hunk of Cheese.
Yeah.
I remember this guy now.
Yeah, he did a little dance.
Once it said that he has skinny, wobbly legs,
He looked like
Skinny-
a raisin
yes.
guy. He looked like one of the California raisins.
he
almost.
suggested carrot wheels and juice ice cubes. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm trying to get discovered on television.
Slide, please.
There was also another PSA about how you're supposed to stay healthy. Isaac, do you remember this one? There was a PSA about how this food chased this little kid around. And then he ate all the food and he got fat, and then he had to jump a bunch of rope and lose weight. And then,
You want to see
yeah.
me have a bad day?
There were these big steaks and hamburgers chasing the kid around. Stay fit. I guess that's the moral of the story.
Oh, I forgot.
Kathy's going to limp in on the button with Jack deuce off suit. Nebbiolo moves seat 6. And we're going to see 7-way action limped around. King 8-3.
Thirties.
Mike is going to bet here with nothing. 5-7 offsuit. No one has a king here. He might take it down.
Look at that tonight.
Pretty busy in there.
Yeah. Not really an empty seat. Tonight's one of the $1 million drawings.
Ah. And we're going to see this one limped around. Go to the flop. Queen 10-9. James is going to bet out here with 8-10. And Kathy flopped a straight. Let's see how she plays it.
I'm gonna raise.
She's going to raise with the King Jack.
Make it 300.
$20 bet, call in between.
Total is 70.
And she's going to make it 70. Mike has got an open-ended straight draw.
50 more.
If he does call and an 8 comes, it's going to be great for Kathy.
Until you check raise. Wow.
I didn't check raise.
You didn't check raise?
That was last.
Oh, okay.
Wow, he's going to call there just with the open-ended straight draw. Couple spades on board. Again, if an 8 comes, he's in big trouble. Turn is a 4.
And mullet.
And she's going to move all in here. I guess he's going to muck it. A little bit of Hollywood in there.
She doesn't show her hand.
There
Good
you
job.
Rabbit Cam showed a king, so they would have chopped it up.
Thank you.
Was that the number that you said?
Yep. Oh, 5964.
What did you say?
5965, excuse me. And they're talking the Nintendo thing. It was the Power Pad used for track and field and dance aerobics. There you go. And that's from Deep Down Truth there with Mike Tyson's code.
Hey, be careful on that word. Microphone. Microphone check 1212. A little under 1,000. 10 under 1,000. Right now. So watch it.
20. 20s.
And Kathy's going to raise here to 20. She's got 10-5 of spades.
Aye.
Don't be overcritical just because she's a girl and she's
It
on
has
the
nothing.
table.
That is my. I am sure I've mentioned it. That's my least favorite hand. 10-5. I hate that hand.
3 plays.
Jack 4-4. Now again, if you were at this table and she arrived, you would get up, right?
40s.
I don't know. I mean, not just when one girl sits down and getting up.
Come on, I'm just giving you a hard time. Barry's going to bet here and take it down.
What? That's going to be ace 4?
He shows King 9.
I'm not exactly, thrilled with this game. I don't think it would take her to sit down in the
Not
game
much
for me,
action.
for me to make me leave.
Are you still bullying the table? That's not very nice.
Haven't won a hand in a while. Let's do something.
Oh, wait. Barry, man, you must make me choke on my food.
Dealing
Like
with crap
I think you
cards.
did
Please
choke
don't be complaining.
Russian Attack was another one of my favorite video games. Actually, it wasn't that good for Nintendo, but I'm talking about like arcade games.
See, you play all the, I guess like
Sports
the
and action
sports
games.
right.
And what did you play?
I played.
Okay, you're cute, but I think
Do you remember Legend of Zelda?
I didn't play it though. I never played it. I like the kind of like the puzzle games.
Like Tetris?
Yeah, I love Tetris. And then I used to play like Galaga, Space Invaders, those kind.
Missile Command for Atari?
Asteroids.
Exposed card.
That was
They have
another
another-
time I went to the principal's office, this time in high school, when they caught me playing Asteroids in accounting class on my computer. Charlie raised here with Ace King and got a couple of calls. Pretty loose calls. 5-10 offsuit and 9-10 offsuit. And James has got a pair.
30s.
That's 30. And he's going to take it down, it looks like.
There used to be this game called Clax. I used to love that game.
Qbert for Atari? Anyone?
I remember Cubert. Yep.
That was a classic. Some 5963.
Take a big slice.
Massage. Is Andy here? Andy? Andy. You don't know?
Oh, you're supposed to show this all the time?
Someone's saying that the code at the Tyson thing is 5963.
Yeah, as long as you have money in the pot, you have to show.
Oh, I wish I had my own.
He said it's
Nintendo.
not called Dance Revolution. I think it's called, well, because I probably said Dance Revolution, but
Nebbiolo
Maybe it
is
is.
going to come in for a raise here with Ace King,
I have to
35. Al's going to call with pocket sevens. And Charlie plays pretty
Charlie,
solid,
wow.
but he plays with these weak aces. He's had ace 8 a few times here. And there's an ace, and you wonder how much trouble he's going to get in. Check. I'm sure Rick is going to bet out here.
60s.
Bet's 60. Puts Charlie in a tough spot here.
I've seen him here a lot.
We affectionately call him tight ass.
Uh-oh, Charlie's going to get in trouble.
With a smile, right?
Always. What's up, Paris?
Charlie's going to get away from it.
Giamacco.
Who's your kicker? Thank you.
You sign up on
I
the
was
internet.
going to keep on going up until he said yes.
Oh, okay. Under
And Rick takes it down. First pot of the night.
White.com and then you sign up.
Rick Nebbiolo. And I have to say, actually, Rick was one of the first people to bring Live at the Bike to the 2+2 thread, or he had the idea for it. So he deserves that much credit. Barry's got 2,300. Still way in the lead. Al's just kind of poked around there, around 980.
So you don't have to show and then muck. You can just muck.
And Barry's got pocket kings now in seat 9, and he's getting a massage. And Mike has raised with ace-7. And Barry's going to re-raise. He's going to make it 60 to go with pocket kings.
Yeah, hard, but be gentle with it.
Al's got pocket 6s. The action's over to him. He's going to make the call. And this is the type of hand that you could make a call here, because if you hit a set, you might get all of Barry's money with the overpair. And Mike is still dangling around with ace-7. He's going to muck. And we are heads up here. Pocket 6s for Al against pocket kings for Barry. Both players are rather deep.
125.
And Barry flops a set of kings.
Check.
And he's going to make a bet here. $80.
There you go. Pocket 10.
5-6, dude. It stays. Straight flush.
Al's getting a massage. Barry's getting a massage.
Or I'm just screwing with you and I have absolutely nothing.
You got a better pair than I do.
And Barry's going to take it down.
You want to see one? Sure.
And he shows the set of kings.
Straight draw. Pair. Oh, no, wait. Yeah.
Some of that
Oh, yeah.
basically the other day. Cracked by ace king.
You still have jackpot? Yes, jackpot, man.
Ace Jack offsuit here for seat number 3. And it's going to get limped around once again.
6 plays.
8, 9, 9. No one has a 9. Jack 8 over there for seat 7.
30s.
And James is going to bet $30. Barry makes a call here. He's got an open-ended straight draw. Jack 10. The turn is an 8.
Me too.
And now Barry is drawing dead. James bets.
I don't think he'll make a call.
He wanted me to gamble, so I didn't.
Oh, you don't know speaking?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Barry folds.
I had you beat at a 9 for you.
Rabbit Cam showed a 10.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Get Rick Nebbiolo some cocktails. He says he drinks martinis. He's become a little bit of a martini snob. He goes to Vegas with his girlfriend, drinks martinis, and plays craps.
I did. I was barred from casinos.
Oh my God.
always see a lot of young, lovely Asian women here, Southern California casinos.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a nice mix of all kinds.
Yeah, but you see a lot of Asian women hanging around the California casinos.
Well, you especially notice them because you have a thing for them.
Hey.
Well, I thought that you said that you find them extremely attractive. Am I wrong? I thought that you said you did. Okay, he did.
Ace King. I'm still waiting for Liz Liu to come in here to the bike.
I heard she got married. Sorry.
Oh, I got dagger in my heart. Charlie has bet here. So disappointed in the way that ESPN covered her. They covered her for about 2 seconds.
Show me a card.
Show me a space.
Show us both.
I mean, come on, who's more attractive, Evelyn Ng or Liz Liu? I mean, is it even close?
Well, I think that's a personal preference. I think that both of them are pretty. And Evelyn's got that tall thing going. You know, a lot of people think that's sexy.
You know, there were a bunch of poker players on Quite Frankly on ESPN2.
I saw that today. I mean, we were here, or at least I was here.
I would have T-bowed that.
So I didn't, I didn't get a chance to look at it or hear it. It was
Mike
just up on the screen.
Manasow, Negreanu, Evelyn Ng, James Woods, colored his hair brown. He was on there.
I didn't see James Woods on there, I don't think.
He came on towards the end.
Okay. And then who was the main guy that was talking? Is that the
host?
Is that the host of the show?
Yeah, and I don't. For some reason, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right.
I must have gone that hand at least 5 or 6 times tonight. At least. Just shoot it.
Famous last words of how many people we know. Just like pot committee.
Yeah,
I had $100 in. I still have 500 left, but that was pot committee. Huh?
The funny thing is, you were asking me about Zelda earlier, which I don't even play it. That is my nickname. So I have some like Legends of Zelda things. My sister buys me. I call her the same thing.
Ah.
It was just a stupid thing that our friends came up with, or actually our school came up with. Zelda was kind of a big geek, and so we all used to call each other Zelda.
Kathy raced here, pocket nines, 35, and she got 3 callers, so we're looking at a $140 pot. Barry flops the best hand. Boy, this guy is on fire.
He is on fire.
And let's see what George does. He's got ace rag.
The thing about Barry is all his hands he's made, these aces, he's had weak aces. He hasn't really had strong aces.
George mucks.
And they've been good.
Now, my only criticism of George, and I know he's probably going to watch the archives because he likes to watch the archives, is I like the way the guy plays, but he's got a situation with, I think, sometimes free flop hand selection. I mean, I thought he was just doing it to get tricky sometimes, but I mean...
I don't think towards the earlier part of the show that he was doing bad pre-flop. I mean, he was doing like Jack 9.
Well, we have actually, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think that Barry bet and Kathy raised here, and the action's back over to Barry.
Huh.
So Kathy has raised with pocket nines, and now Barry, again, it's a $120 raise, I believe, here by Kathy. And she's moved all in. She's moved all in. It's 120 more.
Raise another 120.
And she's all in.
Because they don't hear up there.
Oh, and she actually still has 120 in front of her, so she only raised one. She raised to 120. I think Barry bet like 40 on the flop.
$40?
60, excuse me. And she's raised the minimum. So that's what's going on here.
No,
she raised the minimum. She made it 120 to go, I
No,
believe.
she raised 120. She called the 60 and raised 120. Well, that's what they said. There's the additional 120. See? It was a $180 bet there.
Oh, we can see her underneath the visor. I don't know if Barry can see. She doesn't look like she's happy. The turn is an
Barry's
ace.
not going anywhere.
And Barry is going to move all in here. And she only has 120 left. But what can she beat? She can't beat the king. She can't beat the ace. She calls, Shirley. Oh, she's going to need to spike a 9 here. And the river's a deuce, and Barry wins again. This has got to be some sort of record for this buy-in. I mean, he has started out at 530. He's made 5 or 6 times his money. We're going to have to get a chip count at the end of the night, but he's. I mean, he's up to like $3,000 now. He had 500 at 530.
Mm-hmm.
He's made 5 times the buy-in. That's incredible.
I tried that move earlier.
Incredible.
You can't be bluffed for a bad kicker.
That's why I told her the ace-6.
Did your kicker play?
It was suited. No. She didn't.
Your kicker wouldn't have played?
No.
That means we would have.
No, she had 9. She had 9.
We would have chopped it then. Good move. Trying to put a move on.
You know, it's funny. Deep Down Truth says we're giving some pointers about Tyson, how to beat Tyson in the Mike Tyson video game. Does anyone remember King Hippo? When he used to punch him in the stomach, and he would let his guard down, and then he could punch him in the face with body blows. He had a bandage right around his navel. We got a raise there by Rick. Ace-Jack offsuit. He gets called in a few spots. $80 pot. All right, Rick actually has King-Queen. Oh, boy. Ace-3, ace. James on the button. Has the best hand. And Rick's going to bet here. Continuation, it looks like. Pot's $80. Oh, no, he isn't. He checks. And the ace-jack checks. Turn is a 6. And now Rick is trying to figure out, is somebody sandbagging an ace? Action is over to Rick. It's been checked twice. And now he's going to bet.
I knocked him out of a superset.
Looks like 50. 60. Time for the mini raise here. Let's see what James
How
does.
much? He's just going to call.
$60 bet. And he calls. So we're heads up, and the river is a 3. And James fills up. And now Rick's trying to figure out, will this guy call with a small pair? Can I bet him off the hand? I think Rick might just... Well, let's see what he does.
I think he made a bet like this earlier, didn't he?
He's checked.
With the double pair board? He doesn't this time.
Well, what could the guy possibly have called with on the turn, really, in reality?
Right.
And James bets 150, which is about the size of the pot. I actually might have liked him to see him bet more than that, Shirley. We've seen it a couple of times on the show where if you make a gross over bet,
people think that you're
somebody
bluffing.
might call there with a king on, some sort of busted flush draw or something like that. But regardless, I don't think Rick was going to call.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you.
Kev Math says that quite frankly wasn't really worth watching.
What was it?
Quite frankly, the show on ESPN2 today was not worth watching. And it's A. Smith that hosts it. And there you go. Russ McKinley says, Evelyn Ng is more attractive than Liz Liu if you're into Klingons.
You appreciate that.
James is going to raise here with king queen suited, and yeah, Rick was one of the first ones to get live the bike with the this thread.
35 to go there.
Although I want to go so far as to say, after the hand is over here, king queen against pocket threes.
Higher.
10, 7, 6 here on the flop. And George is good right now.
50.
But you wonder if he's going to get involved.
Okay, 150.
Oh, he's got a check raise to 150. He's going to find out where he's at.
He looks different. Did he have a hat on earlier? A jacket on? Glasses? Oh, okay. I guess it's the glasses.
So George is check raised. And James is going to lay it down. I want to say, and I will stand corrected if I say this, and I will go out and ask Rick that when Live at the Bike was first starting out, he didn't think that it could be pulled off because of the technology.
Oh, you don't even need to ask that. I know for a fact he did not think
He
it
didn't?
was.
Okay.
He didn't, because when Robert came to me to discuss the show,
Yeah.
it was me, Rick, and Robert that were sitting there, and Rick
Yeah.
was saying he didn't think that the technology could get a quality like picture to make people interested in it.
Because there's such bandwidth required to get any form.
And that's what he was saying. Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have perfect TV quality, but we could. But the bandwidth would require someone to have at least a ridiculous T1 connection. So, which usually is not offered in residential places. Ace 6-5 here. And they often run about $1,500 a month, those T1 connections, if you want them in your house. So it's just an issue of bandwidth.
That's per individual. That's not like from our side is $1,500 a month, or no, if I wanted it at home.
To have a T1 connection.
Oh,
in
that's
your
ridiculous.
Home.
Yeah.
20.
Ricky's going to bet 20 here. He bets on the king, and he looks like he has the best hand. And James calls, but he's got an inferior kicker. And Rick just needs to dodge some chop cards here. Oh,
There's the chop card.
there it is, the 6 on the river.
Just now, you see?
And
Rick reminds
checks.
me of Chris Ferguson in his. He pauses before every move.
Rick
Did you notice
checks, the
that?
guy bets 50.
What's that?
James.
You're looking at our cards?
Did you learn anything?
And Rick's going to make the call. Chop this one up.
That's it.
Pulling out my favorite.
Show your hand. Jeez.
Chop it.
Do you notice that when Chris Ferguson's playing a tournament, he always pauses? Pretty much the same thing, whether he has a good hand, bad hand. It's always a pause.
Chris Ferguson's a big dude, isn't he? He's like 6'5" or 6'4". I didn't realize it
Is he
until
that tall?
until I saw him there at the Rio. He's towering over everyone. And so is Phil
I must have
Hellmuth, too.
been too buzzed when I took a picture of him.
Phil Hellmuth
I
is
remember.
tall as well.
I should go check it out.
Kind of a big doofus-like character. You know? And the lady at the table has re-bought for, I think she's done a short buy. She's got 200.
200 more.
35.
So anyways, again, on Thursday night, we have a planned ladies' night.
Oh, yeah.
And that's either going to be a $100 or $200 game, so maybe we'll see you in that game, Shirley.
Maybe.
Of course, tomorrow we have our whale game. Seat 8 is raised here to 30, pocket 7s. Seat 4's got pocket deuces. He's thinking about calling. And we're going to do another bluff night on Friday. An award for the biggest bluff. And 3 people are going to call.
4 players.
What kind of award did they get?
Probably we did a bottle of wine last time, so we'll figure something. Ooh, set of deuces there for Michael. He's rewarded in pocket 7s. The original raiser has an overpair. And James checks, and Mike is going to bet with nothing.
60.
Do you think that James is checking to check raise? I thought that James had brought it in for a raise with pocket sevens. Maybe it was Mike. And Michael looks like he's just going to smooth call with bottom set. Boy, I really would have raised there. Especially if Mike was the pre-flop raiser. Just the minimum. James is going to call. There's just so many calls. Well, it is a rainbow board. Let's see what comes here on the turn. Turn is a king. Gives Mike a flush draw now.
All in?
And Michael has moved all in. Where is the button here on this hand? Seat 1 is the button, so Mike pulled the check call on the flop, all in on the turn move when the king came. And Mike only has a flush draw with one card to come. Looks like about $250 all in. All he has is a flush draw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the guy takes away the fact that he might be making a move at you. He's all in.
Right.
So you can't make a move back at him. I mean, even if you think the guy's bluffing, you only have 10 high, right? And he's going to fold.
It's just all Hollywood. I'm sure he knew within 2 seconds he wasn't calling.
So the bluff night thing on Friday, and we're going to have to go over the rules because we kind of, in the middle of the night, when we did the bluff night a couple weeks ago, I kind of realized that semi-bluffing really isn't the same thing as bluffing. So we will clarify what we mean by the biggest bluff of the night. We gave it to Kenneth James because he actually did have a real bluff because his hand got killed on the river. He bluffed all in when his hand got counterfeited. But there was another hand when he moved all in with the ace of clubs, and he had the nut flush draw. I mean, that's kind of different from a bluff.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, different from a semi-bluff.
140.
James raised here to 40, and Mike has re-raised to 140 with ace-king. And all James had was 6-3 offsuit, so he's probably going to lay it down, and he does.
Can I get 50 cents for the collection, please?
I know. I'm joking.
There you go.
That's right, Stephen A. Smith. Thank you, Kevin Math. I didn't think that A. Smith was right, quite frankly. His distractors column or Screamin' A. Smith. Okay.
I did.
Deep.
After 2-1 when I did.
Well, he was split. It went down to final two.
The pocket queens there for Barry.
20.
And Mike brings it in for 20 with ace-4 spades.
Raise.
Harry's going to raise.
80.
Make it 80 to go. Mike's got a couple of... Let's see, he's got, what, 600 in chips over there? Seat 8? He's got 700 and change, so big stacks going head-to-head here. Ace-4 against queens. Well, ace-4's picked up a pair. Barry continues to lead with queens.
Still hung up on the fucking nines, huh?
120.
120. And if Mike doesn't know Barry, if Mike is thinking that he's going to pull a move on Barry, Barry's going to call with some of the hands that we've seen him call with. But he just smooth calls. Smooth calls with ace-4.
Why you puck committed when you've
What?
got 2 outs? And they mean
Turn is a
nothing good
3.
if he comes?
Pot is now about 350.
Why you puck committed when you know he's got an ace?
And Mike looks like he's going to bet right into Barry. It's a $350 pot, and this guy just doesn't know Barry. He's bet 225. Let's see what Barry does. Boy, that 3 doesn't really seem to do anything.
No,
on the
it
turn.
was a horrible time to bluff.
And Barry just
You want to
calls.
bluff when a heart comes out, they're okay.
Well, what do you think about Barry just calling there as opposed to raising?
Well, maybe he's just, hoping that Mike's going to bluff off
catcher?
chips.
Yeah.
Or
And the river is a king, so the heart got there.
Now, this would be the perfect time. But now I think
Yeah.
Barry's committed.
And this is another one of these situations where Barry's going to have to make a big call. Looks like it's $360 more. I want to say that the pot is about $900. It's a $1,300 pot now. Excuse me, $360 to call.
Looking back to see, he has the queen, so that's one less.
Excuse me, $1,000 pot, $360 to call. And the guy did play it like he had something big. And he can't beat the king, but we've seen him make these calls before.
Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if he got a straight draw.
Oh, he's going to lay it down.
Or both, maybe.
We've seen him make the calls before, and this time he mucks the best hand, and Mike takes it down. I'm just surprised that Barry didn't raise there on the turn, that's all.
Yeah.
A little surprised.
I mean, that king was a really bad card because
yeah.
the flop was 9-10 with 2 hearts. So not only did it give the heart draw their flush, it gave the straight draw their straight. And it's like he has to be thinking, what could I have beat? You know, what would he have called on the flop with?
Just stick Tony on.
Well, yeah. I think you need to work. This is going to be the last hand of the night. You work that hand back, though. You know, Mike raised pre-flop, Barry re-raised, Mike called. Would Mike have had ace? I guess he could have had ace jack of hearts because Barry had the queen of hearts in his hand. So ace jack or ace 10. It doesn't make. I mean, you think of, or he might have raised.
He could have had
connector.
jack queen of clubs, or he could have
jack queen of hearts. No, but he had. The
no,
queen
but
of
I'm
hearts.
just saying. Well, I mean, he could have had a heart. He could have had ace king of hearts. He could have had a straight draw.
I think Barry went a little. I think I probably would have popped the turn there. Put the guy all in. Obviously, the hand would have played out. Well, the hand wouldn't have played out the same way. He would have won the hand.
Barry would have won.
Yeah.
35.
Seat 2 raise here, the 35 with king queen. Rick's going to smooth call with pocket 10s. Mike's going to play his rush with 6-9 of clubs. And George has got ace queen. He's going to come in. $140 pot. Ooh, jack 10-4. Nebbiolo's hit a set. Allen has an open-ended straight draw, the original raiser.
George has a gut shot there.
See how Rick plays it.
Well, I would imagine he's going to bet out. I don't think he's a fan of slow playing neither.
Looks like he's going to bet 150, about the size of the pot.
When that king came out, I thought you hit the king, and
Mike's
I
up. Boy, and if he moves all in here, obviously it's going to be a quick call for Rick. He has an open-ended straight draw. Rick has bet immediately into him.
You have a set of jacks.
I had a better hand than that, man.
Do it, Rabbit. Next to that.
So look at that. Allen makes a great laydown.
I had ace queen.
And we're looking at the rabbit. Rabbit showed a queen and a deuce. So it only would have gotten Allen more trouble. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Well, the action was a little bit slow tonight.
Yeah, but it was fun taking a trip down memory lane.
It's always fun to be
Back
in
to
the
the
booth with
80s.
you, Shirley.
Yeah. Thanks.
Join us tomorrow.
Especially when I'm not pushing you off your chair and
Flipping
giving
me
you
off.
the finger. Yeah.
Join us tomorrow for our Poker Blues whale game. It will either be a 50-100 restricted buy-in $5,000 max game or 300-600 limit hold'em. Probably see some stars in here, such as Hassan Habib. We might see a return of Frank Mariotti. Of course, Yoshi Nakano, the host of the game, will be here. Maybe Tuan Lee. These are just some of the people hanging around tonight. So please join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So for everyone here in the booth, and for Shirley Rosario, I'm Bart Hansen. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.
Good night.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.